So anyways, that's when I started blasting. Oh wait, hi. Hi everyone. How's it going? Welcome. What the hell's going on here? Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have qualifier number 15 of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard Tournament for Season 5. Joined on comms today by... Jesus, you guys are too smart for me. Doc Heaps and Dr. Bob. How are you two doing?
Woo!
Yo.
Good. Who's ready for back-to-back Heaps comms? This is going to be tragic in all the right ways.
That's about how it works.
Yeah. But Dr. Bob, how you doing today? You good?
You know what? I'm breathing. I can't really complain.
You know what? The inner doctor in me appreciates the fact that you're still breathing, so I like that.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, sure enough, we've got two doctors on comms today. So, even before the race started, Chimp was just like, there better be some doctor puns coming in or else I'm going to revolt. Hopefully we can provide that at least a little bit today.
Or can we prescribe that?
Oh, shit! He's already bringing it!
Now, that being said, I am not actually a medical doctor, so don't ask me for medical advice.
Oh.
My co-commentator here might actually be some sort of medical doctor, but still don't ask him for medical advice.
That is true. I am a pediatrician, so I am a medical doctor. That also said, if there's something wrong with you, please go see your doctor. Don't post it in Twitch chat. That's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Ocarina of Time Randomizer.
You.
Chat, are you ready for the chaos that is qualifier number 15?
All right. So, of course, for those of you who don't know the differences that have been put in, ever since the SG Live tournament that happened a little while back, we figured out how to do the chess-sized matches content without breaking everything. And so that's kind of the main attraction here, is you can go through the game and look at the chests and not have to necessarily open all of them. The second attraction is, we've still got that random starting location from last time.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also got a free song, which I believe today is Nocturne.
Yeah, it's looking like Nocturne.
Which is very, very interesting.
Yeah. Do you remember all the way back in those Season 3 days where you used to have to do every seed going and, waiting for time of day to wake up Talon, and then hop through the... Thank God we could skip the guards at least, but those were the old S3 days.
I remember back when Skip Child Stealth was not a thing. So
you're showing your age there, Doctor.
I've been here for a hot minute. Not exactly hugely active, but I have been doing this for a while.
That's what you get when you get two old fuddy-duddies on comms today.
Another thing that is new to just this tournament, as far as I know, is the slight variance in the hint system. Specifically, where it tells you which boss the item is for that you're looking for, right?
Yeah, so we're working Season 5 off of what we call path hints. And so path hints, generally speaking, is it'll give you a location is path to a certain destination, and it depends on your settings, but for the intents and purposes of Season 5, it's going to be based off of the 6 medallions that we have. So it's, Kokiri Force is on the path to Queen Goma, with Deku Tree being a medallion, and so it'll help you understand, what items do I need to beat Goma, and therefore what items should I be looking for in that location that might eventually lead to beating Queen Goma.
So in that specific scenario, you'd be thinking that you would find something in that location that would lead you to either a slingshot or the Kikiri sword.
And
Um,
that tends to be a little bit more on the straightforward side. Where things get a little bit nasty is when you get something like, for example,
Anything with Twin Rova.
uh,
Freaking Spirit Key
there's
Logic.
a
Get out.
lot of them. But I remember a Hyrule Field is path to Bovagia, and Hyrule Field only gave you a bottle, and it was bottle for 40 skulls for hammer to beat Bovagia. And so, like, yep. And so sometimes it's not as straightforward as you would hope it would be. Like, you know, Hyrule Field has a hammer to beat Bovagia. Sometimes it's a bottle, and you have to start thinking, why a bottle? Why is this a thing? And you have to start peeling back the layers of why would they give me a bottle? And how might that relate to beating Bovagia? So that's where it gets a little bit fun on our end to kind of piece through that logic.
Yeah, and if the bottle was required for 40 skulls, I'm just gonna be like, did you not have a hook shot at that point?
That was a shitty seed, I'll tell you that much. I remember that seed, and I found a bottle, and I was like, what the hell? Like, Hyrule Field bottle? I was like, come on. But that said, we are starting in 10 seconds here, so everyone get your hype on. Drop those PogChamps in chat.
And we're off.
Woo!
Well, we certainly didn't have to go particularly far from our normal starting point today.
No, we did not.
Several runners going for the Kakiri sword chest and several going directly for Mido's house. We did get a lift upgrade in Mido's house here. And a lot of runners, I will see a lot of runners do this. Just go ahead and pick up all the chests in Mido's house just to gain, maybe a little bit of money, maybe a little bit of health.
Yep. For me, I have found that I tend to do small chests until I have 5 hearts and some form of explosives. 5 hearts basically guarantees you can do every dungeon, most specifically fire and water. And also, the explosives means that you've got either bomb bag or something like shoes, because bomb shoes will show up in small chests. And so until you get some form of explosives, it's still really valuable to be picking up small chests.
So we did just see a hint for Fire Temple Foolish here on the way into the Lost Woods. We've got Krez checking the Ocarina game and Tudos skipping that, instead heading directly for the Sacred Forest Meadow, which will give you a song this early in the game, because again, we started with the Zelda song.
And one of the nice things about Season 5 is that you start with resources. So as you can see, these runners start with things like sticks, nuts, shield, as well as letter, and the song that you get from the Zelda's Lullaby check, all really helpful, because it allows them to go straight to Saria's song without actually having to do Hyrule Castle, or even buy things like sticks to beat that Wolfos. So it gives you a lot of advantage straight out of the gate, where you can do a lot of things without having to collect a whole lot of resources.
Yeah, and luckily, if you play your cards right, the Wolfos only takes the one stick to do. That is Bolero of Fire.
It is Bolero.
Which is kind of nice for when you get to adult. You can get a free song that way.
Also, thank you so much, Mel, for 12 months subscription.
Nice.
Checking out with that ZSR Jam emote. Love that. What else do we have going up here?
Okay, diving experiment. That's the diving in the lab. It's a piece of heart, so we don't need that. And Zora's Fountain is on the path to Phantom Ganon. Interesting situation.
God, you're gonna see so much Muip skip today.
Oh, you don't even know.
Oh God. 2 things on that. First of all,
I still haven't learned how to do that, so.
So great. The diving experiment is in a handful of new hints that have been added with this most recent season. Diving experiment being one of them. Frogs 1 is another one, or Frogs in the Storm is what it's called. Same thing with Target in the Woods. So there have been some nice, sometimes hints that have since been added. Even the Shadow Pot has been added as one of the sometimes hints.
I encountered that one the other day. I was quite happy about it.
Yeah, there have been some nice ones. And so it's kind of fun to see how the game keeps evolving and changing based off of new locations, based off of new routes, new metas, and new settings. And so it's always staying fresh that way. And we're getting our first peek into Death Mountain Crater. I couldn't really see what that was. I know that's dead, I can tell you that much. And I'm actually a big fan of that, because if you need beans, it's a quick way to check, like, do I need to think river as a possible option, having Bolero and knowing what's on the volcano. So definitely something that I recommend if you get early Bolero, just checking to see if you need beans at some point in the seed. And it looks like,
Alrighty.
yeah, it looks like Tudos is being on the more aggressive side, having skipped Ocarina Memory Game, also being the first one out of Kokiri Forest. So definitely going to be seeing some possible variants here. Some people might choose to do South Hyrule into Valley. Others might choose to do London straight into Adult. I think both are very valid options in the early game.
Well, it's Lon time.
Yeah, time to see what talents Chickens has. And now his Colossus left hand is dead. Yep, and exactly. Here's Krez doing South Hyrule, most likely into Valley and Lake. A little bit more of a conservative play, but still gets you 4 checks and a peek, as well as some hints.
Whoa!
And hello, Strength 2. It's nice nice to see you there.
Yeah, so Silver Gauntlet's sitting right there on Talon's chickens, so both of those sort of your Sphere 1 items.
Yeah, did Sanzo peek the Nocturne hint stone? I don't think they did.
And we get ZL from Melon, so no surprises there.
And actually, because of that, you might see Tudos play Nocturne and grab that song on their way to Adult. I think that'd be a very smart play, because it allows you to do 1 extra check as Child, getting the Flame Storage and getting the Composer's Grave item as Child, and also might possibly help your routing as you go Adult. So, what do we see? Chess game dead. Thank you, chat, for paying attention, because I was not. Oh, get that free shield, Tudos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd take it.
Oh, God, yes.
Shields are... Having a shield is just a massive quality of life upgrade when you go Adult.
Oh, my God, yes.
I thought I'd call attention down to Sanzo's screen, because we have chickens, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we do. What's our sweet Andrew? Death Mountain Crater leads to Morpha. Interesting. We haven't seen anything so far. And there's Tudos grabbing the song. Very smart idea. I think that's a very, very smart play.
Yeah, it's one I honestly probably would have forgot to do.
Yeah. And in fact, I'm a big proponent of early chickens here, if it's accessible. Because not only can you do chickens, but you can grab Open Grotto, you can grab Man on the Roof, and you actually save yourself a little bit of time in routing Adult by comboing chickens with these 2 checks, because it takes out this entire section of this kind of northern Hyrule area. So, it's not a bad play at all to do this early chickens here.
I don't know if Krez found anything important over there at Child Valley, but it's a very interesting play to make.
Nah, just the one hint that OGC is foolish, which, is fine, I guess.
Meanwhile, Tudos picks up the Requiem there.
Yeah, great song. Definitely something that you consider playing.
Corner, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're definitely going to play that before you play Nocturne again.
Oh no, oh no. Oh, still got there.
Oh, baby. Okay, chickens, what do you got? I guess? Fine? Maybe?
Meh.
Think? Fine? Great? Cool?
Yeah. I mean, it does give you access to one check for sure.
Yeah. It's not really what you want to see, though, after investing a few minutes into chickens. That hand looks small.
Alright.
There's Sun
Song. Nice.
Yeah. The one nice thing, though, is that if Sanzo gets ZL and then gets Requiem, they can dip Spirit, which... That early slingshot, that would be the one advantage of that early slingshot as well, is that you can actually dip Spirit before going adult.
I couldn't tell what that was on the arch.
And also, that DC leads to Goma hint, really nice, because we already have a Sphere 0 slingshot, meaning a slingshot that is available without any other items. So we know for certain that Kokiri's sword has to be, or DC leads to Kokiri's sword in some way, shape, or form.
Something in DC leads to Kokiri's sword.
Exactly.
Tudos getting in trouble from the...
Yeah, can we take a moment to acknowledge that? Because Dompe doesn't give a fuck. You can open whatever grave you want, and Dompe's like, I don't care. But that little punk's like, Dompe's gonna get mad at you. And it's like, no, he's not. I've met Dompe. He doesn't give a shit.
And Tudos is actually taking care of some interesting logic situation, because when you play the Sun Song in an area where time doesn't move, it sets it to midnight, which is too late for Dompe. So he went back to a place where time does move, and now he played it so it'll be like 6 p.m. and he can get Dompe's check out of the way.
Exactly. Really smart play there. And for Krez, it doesn't really look like they got a whole lot of either valuable information or valuable items out of their route, which is always hard. You know, if you're going to take an early gamble like that, you want something to pay out, whether it be information or items. And in their case, it looks like neither of them really paid out.
Sanzo not interested in the free shield.
I would certainly take it. And, just got some child cleanup here going on from everyone. Not really finding a whole lot of items, though. It looks like okay, granted, Strength 2 is nice. But beyond that, it looks like Adult's going to have most of the useful items in this early seed. Except for a bow. Sorry, spoke too soon.
Well, there you go.
And that is that looks like a fish bottle, if I saw that correctly.
Interesting.
Yeah, it had the fish bottle shape.
So strangely enough, this gives us access to a single chest inside Spirit Temple.
Yep. So there's one singular check as adult, but there's 2 checks available as child right now with that slingshot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So
I
we can do.
I meant to say adult Spirit Temple, but yeah, that is absolutely
totally. And I think the one person who could benefit from that, I think, is the person who's going to be doing early adult. It looks like, which would be Sanzo, who has that slingshot.
So Sanzo decided not to get the free shield and instead bought one.
I saw that. I was like, you know what? You do you, buddy.
I mean, it's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
What's going on
Right.
in here?
Did somebody summon Trez? What?
Oh, God. Wait,
Everybody.
who summoned you, Trez? Go back to sleep. It's 8 p.m. Oh, and now everyone's dropping all the blame Trez's.
So yeah,
Hold on.
I got summoned. I'm a little late, but that's not on me. That's actually on VXR because VXR forgot. So blame VXR. But yeah, here I am, floating around in my tin can.
Well, welcome. Glad to have
Do you
you.
happen to be far above the world? Anyway,
Yeah,
got it.
Planet Earth is blue. But yeah, I haven't fought this. How is the seed any worse than what I rolled yesterday? Which, not gonna lie, could potentially be a challenge.
Oh my
With
goodness,
the-
we just got a whole bevy of information there.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I got. Deku Tree leads to Bongo Bongo, and Graveyard leads to Volvagia. So we
There was
officially
another
have...
one there too.
Yeah, I think it was 50 dead and something else. I don't know. Something dead. I wasn't paying attention. I only care about positive hints. I don't care about negative hints.
Helps just remove me from the voice call.
What? Get fucked.
Okay. I'm leaving then, on my own. Screw you, Cubs.
We love you, Trez. Okay, with Teku, Shadow, Dodongo, Water, Fire, Forest. We have a path hints. This might be a fast seed. Now, granted, knock on wood here. Knock on wood. Not gonna speak too soon. But I don't know. Like,
DMC to Morpha, that was the hint stone at Nocturne.
yeah, so that's Saria's. But like we know DMC, we know Dodongo's Cavern, we know Deku Tree, we know Graveyard, and Zor's Fountain. All of those are going to be early and easily accessible locations. And so unless there's an item that decides to be trolly, which is always possible.
So, what I find interesting about this is, from these Heroes Path locations, we've actually identified 5 of the 6 medallions.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Forest, Water, Deku, Shadow, Fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it could be really fast if the last one is just like DC, you know?
Which, that's the only one that we didn't get a hint about. It's the only one that requires bomb bag. I mean, so it could... I don't know. It could be... We've got some pretty good direction. So, not a bad seed. I say now.
Someone in chat is saying it is DC. I'm not sure where we got that information, but I'll take it.
Sorry. We know that DC is one of the paths, but we never got a hint about King Dodongo himself. And so that's
Sanzo checked the pet. He just hasn't marked it on his tracker. That makes sense. Okay. No, he has marked it on his tracker. They're just not lit up. And I'm bad at identifying the icons. Anyway.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see where what that minuet check has in Sacred Forest Meadow.
Still can't tell what that is on the arch.
Yeah, I think the Sacred Forest Meadow, the song that Sheik teaches, is going to be very interesting. Because this all could just be for forest logic, but it could also be something like Skull Kid or Darunia's Joy that, is the reason why we need Sarias.
Yeah, the standard tourneys are almost no glitches. There's like a couple of glitches that are allowed for convenience sake. Ground jumps being the main one, but other than that, like even ISG is not allowed in standard mode. So
Yeah, I've always kind of laughed at ground jumps because it seems like there's this strange exception in an otherwise glitchless world. But it's it's what the community has accepted as a a valid trick, and so yeah, I'm not going to be opposed because it is so nice for quality of life. Oh, interesting. DMT Ferry is our
oh, it's a starting location.
Oh,
for
and that's a scale. Well, hello DMC. You're being spicy today.
Yeah, it did say that DMC was the path to Morpha, so
Amorpha. Mm-hmm.
now
So it's
the double scale for accessing Water Temple is not in logic.
correct. So, well, one small caveat about that, because there are on things like entrance randomizers, it can be your logical access into Water Temple. But that said, no checks in Water Temple are in logic with Gold Scale.
Right. But if you could somehow, like if it was Key Sanity and you had the big key, you could potentially go to Morpha immediately.
Correct, and that would be in logic, which is just all sorts of hilarity.
All right, well, we got a big chest at the Dompe Racing game, which is our explosives for the day.
Mm-hmm. So far, Graveyard has given us Bomb Bag and Requiem.
And a bow.
Oh, and a bow. You right. So we'll be keeping
I
track
expect
of
a
that.
DC clear rather soon from our runners.
Oh, God, yes. You go DC, and then... God, you're going to do a quick loop, grab some songs, and then book it straight back, probably to Child, because I'm assuming Kokiri sorts in here in Dodongo's Cavern, unless the seed is extra mean. Always possible.
It's going to be Letter.
Oh, hi, Prelude. Oh, never mind. Prelude makes this... God, this makes this free.
Oh, yeah, Prelude is great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing about the seed we did the other day. Prelude and Serenade were both basically unavailable. Strength 3.
Strength 3 with a Baron OGC. Thanks, game. My babies! I love bomb chews.
What up, Choose?
Oh, God, chews are the best. You want fast explosives? Here's chews. You want ranged explosives? Here's chews. You don't have a slingshot? Oh, yeah, by the way, chews.
I need to learn the trick where you can hit the eyes in DC from the floor.
That's such an important trick. Have you seen the one in Spirit Temple Child Side where you use chews to both open up the light as well as hit the switch?
You mean the one that accidentally got done at GDQ that one time?
Yes. that one. And it's amazing.
Alright, so we got Saria's song at Bolero, or it is Bolero.
Mm-hmm. And Sanzo going straight into DC, like, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Definitely going for DC. Seems like a real plan right there.
Oh my god, absolutely. So really not a whole lot that can derail us at this point. We have Nocturne, we have ZL.
40 Skull's dead.
Looks like Skulls are coming up short. We've got some pretty straightforward paths. I mean, something is going to derail this seed. It's Season 5. But, like, until then, It seems to have pretty good flow. And one of the things, I'm surprised we didn't see more runners do this. I'm a big proponent of, if you're going to be playing a warp song anyway, save quit and check your spawn. Because your spawn is basically a free warp song, and if you never investigate it, you don't know what time you're going to save by knowing where your warp song is.
Yeah, that does make some sense. I know there's a difference depending on whether you're playing on like VC or actual N64 hardware or emulators or whatnot, because VC takes a lot longer to reset. But that's I think it's still worth the one reset. That's for sure.
Exactly. Like, for example, if in adult the save spawn was Sacred Forest Meadow, then you just saved all that time hiking out there. You could just basically save quit, make it out there, grab the song, and then work backwards from there if you want to.
All right, we have a boomerang.
Hi, Rang.
And another slingshot available.
Well, so much for chickens.
Yep. I love that we have this lift upgrade so early that Pappy here doesn't need to use explosives.
Yeah. And that is looking small in DC.
We got a big chest at the Vanilla Bomb Bag location. What do we have? Magic. Sounds good.
Ew.
And DC was on the way to what?
Goma. That's not what you want to see.
So somehow magic blocking Kikiri Sword would be kind of hilarious.
Possible. Very possible.
Shoutouts to, I guess, sitting in Shadow Temple.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird magic locations that
It's a little unfortunate that Pappy here hasn't done the Dompe race yet.
Yeah, right?
Here in DC, having to do everything with flowers, but it's not that bad.
It's not bad, and it's not the worst gamble, especially when you've got, 2 strengths and a bow. It means that you can basically do everything that you wanted to.
Yeah, well, the one issue he's going to have is getting into King Dodongo.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's choose. So you can either do choose.
He doesn't have to choose, though.
Truth. But there are both choose and bomb bag in the Kakariko graveyard area. So they can either use the choose or hit the switch. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what he skipped, so...
Oh, well. Never mind. And there's Kokiri Sword.
No baited magic this time.
Nah. Okay, well, thanks, Seed.
So yeah, heading back Child would be a pretty great play here.
Ooh, absolutely.
And I mean, of course, you head Child and then you immediately save quit, right?
Yeah, yes.
You just spawn in Kikiri Forest.
Well, and again, with Prelude, it makes this so free. Because you were probably... you're going to go into Deku, hopefully get either hovers or a hook shot, and when you go back adult, you just play Bolero. And you're actually going to save some time that way first. Yeah, and there's some people in chat talking about checking Minuet first. I think checking Minuet first is a valid option. I definitely think that is a safer strategy, but I think Sanzo's been playing very aggressive, and I think if you're playing aggressive, I think you're gonna go straight to Deku and just beat your next dungeon.
You get all the medallions you can in a hurry.
Yeah, I think if you're playing aggressive, you continue to play aggressive, and that might include skipping Minuet. For now, I think you go back, but hopefully you try to go back with something like a hook shot. It just all depends on how aggressive you feel like playing.
All right, now Sanzo is going to be checking our loop
Yep.
the DMC area, or Death Mountain in general.
Yeah. Which, again, totally fair, true, valid. I definitely think there's kind of a lot of ways that you can approach this seed right now.
Oh, hi, big chest in the wall. Hover boots.
Hi,
what up?
hovers. Yeah, interesting. So we have hovers. We are Dins and Hookshot from Shadow. So either Dins or Hookshot, or something that leads to one of those two in Decatry. And that is a great question there. And so what this tournament is specifically is we are still in the qualifier stage of this tournament. Meaning that everyone is racing the same seat at the same time. Just like Chat's saying, there's over 100 people in this race right now. And points are allotted based off of how quickly you finish in relation to everyone else in the group. And out of those qualifiers, there's 18 of them over the course of about 4 to 6 weeks. Based off of your culminating score, you qualify for the main Season 5 tournament, which will start in January. So, if you have any more questions on that, happy to answer them, but that's kind of the gist of that.
The main idea is, finish pretty close to the top and you're doing all right. Otherwise, maybe not.
Exactly.
But I believe this is being used for a qualifier for both the main 32-person tournament and what's known as the Challenge Cup, which is basically everybody in the next either 32 or 64 gets into that.
So, interesting thing about Season 5 is that and Chat kind of jumped all over that. Previous
it's
tournaments,
64 for the main tournament?
Yeah. So, Season 1 was only 16. Seasons 2 through 4 had 32, and this is the first season of top 64 making the main tournament.
Very nice.
Yeah, and so top 64 are looking to make that, with the following 64 being in what we call Challenge Cup, which is in a sense what you would think of like minor leagues for Zelda speedrunning.
Yeah, but I mean, if you make the Challenge Cup, you still know what you're doing.
Wait, Sanzo. Oh, resetting the timer. Okay, I was like, buddy, go back, get the grotto.
All right, we got foolish domain. I know we saw that earlier, but that's the first time I saw it.
Yeah. And we're looking so far at either that Scale or that Saria's. And so definitely something you want to push quickly is doing things like Skull Kid, doing things like Darunia's Joy. Because Scale most likely is not needed for some of the other Scale locked locations that you would think of. Things like Zora's River, Zora's Domain. Because we have Bombag and ZL, that kind of eliminates those as possible.
Basically, the only place I can think of that is hard required for that Scale would be the Lake Hylia bottle location.
Yep. And there is Lake. I agree with you. There is Lake, and there's also the Tectite Grotto, both of which can require gold Scale. But until that moment, you would definitely want to push Saria's checks. Because they have a high likelihood of being
now, of course, another thing that's technically a Saria's check would, of course, be the Minuet song.
Yep. Which any of these runners should be able to get around Mido, who blocks the way in Lost Woods because he's a jerk like that. But most of these runners should be able to get past Mido without Saria's Song, but logically speaking, the game requires you to play Saria's Song to move Mido out of the way to access Sacred Forest Meadow as an adult.
Though I don't imagine most of our runners will get to that point without actually having Saria's Song, and I know some people would at least prefer to play it so that in case you have to do it more than once, you don't have to do the trick more than once.
Yep. Also, Tudos showing us some of the peaks that are available here in Season 5 with chest size matches contents. Downside is that when you have magic, it makes it stupid hard to see the size of these chests.
You can't see squat with magic.
You can't see for shit with magic. So I don't. If I have magic, I just go screw it. I'm just bombing. And Sanzo getting their so needed bomb refill there. They were down to what, 1 bomb? So that bomb bag was really helpful to them.
Alrighty. So as you might have expected, Kudos is going to go ahead and head to the Lost Woods, which will mean we're going to check that Saria's, or not Saria's, but the Forest Minuet Song location. Words.
Yep.
Did you know that words are hard?
I did know that words were hard.
Excellent.
And sure enough, there are in fact 2 doctors here on comm. So, you're just gonna have to put up with us.
Alright.
What do we got?
Get Storms.
Storms.
So that unlocks your Frogs in the Rain check. It also unlocks the little thing called Bottom of the Well.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen anything at all hinting regarding Bottom of the Well one way or the other. So
yeah, and
I get there.
I'd be a little hard pressed to go push Bottom of the Well, especially with Forest not really locking a song.
I mean, the first thing I'd be doing is going to beat Deku Tree, 100%.
Oh God, yes. Yeah, I think if Forest was something like Forest Medallion or Water Medallion, I'd be a little bit more inclined to think that, possibly Minuet was in a terrible location. And Minuet could still be on all dungeons. Don't get me wrong here, but a little bit more hard pressed to think that that somehow that Saria's is locking Minuet right now. Possible, but less likely.
Can our horse be OOT? Maybe.
It's possible. Yeah, any of those 4 remaining songs, definitely possible. Epona's, Song of Time, Minuet, and Serenade all could be on Ocarina of Time. So we will we'll certainly see.
Personally, I think it's Rush Ice O'Clock.
Oh, well, I mean, we do know that
it's always Rush Ice O'Clock.
We do know that Zor's Fountain leads to Phantom Ganon, so it's not a bad idea. Yeah, just.
I mean, yes, you definitely want to do Deku Tree right now, but still.
Yeah, you're definitely. And this is, this is where you're gonna get into individual people's styles. Some people will play a lot more conservative, and some will just play a lot more aggressive. And that is, player by player. And I think some people. Some seeds benefit the more aggressive playstyle, and other seeds benefit the more conservative and thorough playstyles. And I don't think you can really know until you're a good ways into the seed, oh, should I have been more conservative? Should I have been more aggressive? It's not always easy to say right at the beginning. Speaking of aggressive, here is Tudos going into Zora's Fountain. Probably doing river first.
Man.
Looks like a river play for sure.
Alright, so we see Nuts on that ledge nearby. But yeah, we are going in.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got bow and you've got strength, and you know it leads to Phantom Ganon, really not a bad play if you're going to be going back out to Sacred Forest Meadow anyway to get the song. So you kind of just pop in, do Fountain, hope you get a hook shot, and GTFO.
Agreed.
So really not a bad option. It's aggressive, and it's risky, and I love it. God, I love this play.
Skull Mask is arrows, so that's nice to know about.
Yeah, and you know, when we're talking about like aggressive versus safe plays, you know, this is what we're talking about. This is Tudos doing a very aggressive play with good knowledge. It's a very intentional and a very educated gamble because they can do, you know, 66% of the checks here.
That was a heck of a setup, but it worked.
It worked, yeah, you know, whatever gets you to that edge. And also, you find out real quick if you need iron boots. Wait, what was that? Oh, huge rupee. I thought it said hook shot. I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, Tudos had to look at it himself twice.
Oh, that's letter. Oh, and there's hookshot. Yep, as a shock to no one, there is hookshot.
And we are getting a dive here. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of information from that, but...
Nah, but at this point, your Phantom Ganon has been fulfilled.
Yeah.
All of the checks that are remaining have equal weight in their ability to be an item, because that path is already fulfilled. So we're gonna see a quick forest clean here.
Yeah, the best you could do in ice now is look at 3 checks.
Nah, I think you bail. You get out. Get in, get out, get on your way. No, I think with having bow and strength and knowing that leads to Phantom Ganon, I think that was an incredibly smart and well-educated gamble.
Well done, and we are now on to... we're going to see Deku Tree play from both Sanzo and Pipey Grant here.
Yep, totally a great play here.
We're definitely expecting something in here.
Yeah, something that leads to Bongo Bongo. Could be Dins, could be, that's about it.
It's not that.
Oh, God. Well, because we already have Hookshot that was hinted, and we have Letter that's accessible right now with Bomb Bag.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, Hookshot's done, Bomb's done, Hover's done, Nocturne done, ZL done. It's literally just Dins. That's the only other item that could be in here. Or something that leads to Dins.
Yeah, of course. It could be vicariously Dins.
Exactly.
Transitive property of Dins.
Yeah, right? God, if you saw Mirror Shield in here, good glory. You'd be like, get me out! Get me out!
I want off of Mr. Seed's wild ride, please.
Yeah, was that a gold scale?
It was, in fact, a gold scale.
Hello.
In the Storm's Grotto on DMT.
Yeah, so that's really the only thing that's a little bit sketch right now, is we don't know why DMC leads to Morpha. The downside to Graveyard is that, like, Bomb Bag Requiem bow, sure, like, you need a Bomb Bag to beat Volvagia, you need a bow usually to beat Volvagia, like, okay, cool game. Yeah, Saria's in scale.
There's Dins.
No, there's Dins. Beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely turning into a faster seed. For sure.
Agreed.
Now, what do we have? So, Shadow and Water. So, the only thing that... So, something Storms locked would... Because we can beat Shadow right now. So, I think really the only way that Saria's is required for, like, Forest access, for example, is if either Forest or Song of Storms locks either something in water or locks one of our two stones at this point. Because if Minuet is just on, you know, the prelude check, we can beat Shadow without even having to touch anything Song of Storms locked or touch anything that's, you know, Minuet locked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, just really interesting trying to figure out, you know, how this DMC will lead to Morpha.
Well, I mean, if it weren't immediately obvious to everyone watching, it's more than likely going to have to do with the second hookshot.
Yeah, right? Unless the game really hates you, then it might be a wallet.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it could be a wallet for like... Well, no?
Yeah, it could be a wallet for Tunic.
Yeah, you're right, for...
Yep, if the game really hates you, that could be the case.
There is that.
I will say, there was an unknown qual that I will not mention because you'll just have to watch it to see. Where Path to Bongo Bongo was a bottle. And it ended up being that you had to use that bottle plus 2 wallets to unfreeze King Zora.
Yeah, that is some straight up grossness right there. Anyway, looks like Doc got disconnected for a little bit, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
Wow, never mind. I didn't say which seed it was. It was 1 of 14. Wow, y'all. Wow. Wow, I see how it is.
Alrighty. Well, we've got Tudos in Forest Temple, of course, dealing with that. I like doing Forest Temple just as early as you can if you can complete the whole thing, just because it doesn't get any faster.
No. Nope. And there is a pretty good chance that there could be something like a hookshot in here.
Sanzo is, of course, having the hardest time against the hardest boss in the game, which is Songs.
Yeah, because there.
It's a Goron tunic there on.
Love that. Love that.
Now, we know that Goron tunic can't actually lead to anything logically. As far as, like, stuff you would need for Morpha, right? Because you do need it to beat Fire Temple Fire Temple's Baron.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait, which medallion is fire? Light?
Fire is...
No, it's Shadow.
Shadow.
So it could be like the
God.
viral cutscene?
If
Which
the
would be
seed especially hates you, then yeah. But you're right. We haven't found anything on Asaria's check. And there is a good chance that hookshot locks the other hookshot. Because with hookshot being on the path to Phantom Ganon, it means that the other hookshot is not available. Or else one would not be specifically a path hookshot, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, you wouldn't get the same item hinted twice is the thing.
Yeah. If there's another hookshot that's available at the same time, then it would assume that you could have gotten either one of them, and neither one of them would be the path. Yep. Also, Ryukane, 20 months. Thank you so much.
It says 23 more for his current ranking, which I assume means he's currently in 43rd place. Hey, 43rd is better than 64.
It's true. That means main tournament. Zora's Tunic. Oh, come on. Come on. So, it's not Tunic logic, that much we can say. So, we will see, but I think Forest is a very strong play here and possibly could have that next hook shot.
Mm-hmm. So, Sanzo here, he's going into Lost Woods. I would have wanted here to go do the Skull Kid check.
I believe they did already.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, it was
pay
a
no
gold
attention
ruby.
to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a gold rupee, if I remember correctly. How many quals? Chat did a great job. 5 min, 8 max. Your top qualifier for points, as well as your bottom 3. So your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th ranked quals all count towards your final score. Everything else gets dropped.
I kind of like that. Really rewards people who play multiples, like extra seeds, without really punishing you.
Yeah, and I also like how, everyone can have one good seed. We've all had that one beautiful seed where you're like, well, I just got routed this, amazing. But it definitely rewards players who can consistently perform well instead of just having just one good seed. So really not a whole lot so far in I was about to say there's not a whole lot in Forest, but here am I speaking too soon.
Ice arrows. Well, as the meme goes, Bongo is now in Logic.
My proudest moment yesterday when I was doing comms, because I did comms for the EU Weekly as well, was somebody was in Spirit Temple, and we were looking for one final item, who I will not mention because Cubs will disconnect me again, so I'm not going to mention what item we were looking for. And I said, oh, watch this just be another slingshot, and they open up the chest, and God, it was just another slingshot, and I laughed my ass off. How is that for spoilers free, Cubs?
Oh, so that was the letter bottle on...
Yeah, it was, sure enough, it was letter bottle. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And, I guess that is an in logic play right now, with explosives. That gets put into logic. I mean, doing the boomerang trick to pull it off is, I don't think it's a required logical trick, but it is something that people can do, which we can see Fred's about to do it here as well.
Yep.
But the bombs put it in logic and also the scale, because you can just buy beans.
Yeah, and so it's a great trick to know, because it can save you quite a bit of time. The goal here is that with a certain setup, shuffling to the left, scrolling up a little bit, 2 side hops, 2 back flips, you just barely catch it with the boomerang.
Sanzo is here in Zora's Fountain as a child, which is a little unfortunate. Because we know for a fact that the adult check is really where it's at.
Yeah. Honestly, not a bad gamble if you're going to be turning in letter anyway. Because if this is your hook shot, then you just saved yourself some time. But yeah, unfortunate that it's on the iceberg.
Yeah. And because Sanzo used the bottle to actually... Did he use the bottle? I mean, he's in there as a child, I'm assuming
they use letter. Yep, they turn in letters. They have the bottle available to them if they want it.
Yeah, so if and when Sanzo heads back to adult and goes to ice cavern area, they could actually completely finish ice if they wanted to.
And honestly, not a bad play. Ice has been, kind of one of those hashtag memes of season 5. So I know some people who have really enjoyed rushing ice early, especially now that the King Zora skip has been found. Not something. Season 4 was like right when that King Zora skip had first been found. So people have been using that a lot recently.
So, Krez, as a physician, can you tell me? I mean, not Krez, Doc. As a physician, can you tell me if Krez is doing well?
Krez is in fact doing well. Fuck you.
I mean, you asked for Dr. Puns.
Oh, God.
You literally asked for it.
I did. And I think we are going to get to the bottom of this.
You have to do a differential diagnosis.
Oh, God. Yeah, get your DDs. Not to be confused with double defense. What titties?
Ooh.
What do we got here in well?
This is a method for grabbing this particular check I've not seen.
With the boomerang?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the boomerang grab the check, but usually it was from like on top of the...
No, that's a fun one. Yeah, you line yourself up with that grave spit in particular. You do one shield turn to the right, throw the boomerang, side hop to the left. Side hopping makes sure that the boomerang curves left instead of right. And then once you do that, then you can start backflipping towards the door, and it'll drag the item with it. So it's a really good time save.
So, just for my own edification, you mentioned this shield turn. What exactly does a shield turn entail, and what does it do?
Yeah, so a shield turn is one of the ways that you can vary. So let me say what it is.
It's specific movement is what you're going for.
It's specific movement. Yeah, so what you're doing is you pull out your shield, and while you're doing so, you're holding either left or right or back. And then you shield off, and then you shield back on. And what it does is it uses that one frame to pull back the shield, turn either 90 or 180 degrees, and then re-shield. So it guarantees that you rotate either 90 degrees or 180 degrees without actually moving.
So it rotates you into whatever direction you're holding?
Correct. So if I'm shielding and holding right, and then I flick the shield button, it'll turn me 90 degrees to the right without actually walking me to the right. And that's why it's useful, is it can give you very specific directional turns without actually moving in the direction that you're holding.
That is very nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
I had some vague idea of what it was doing, but it's nice to hear someone who actually knows what they're talking about talk about it.
Yeah, so it's really useful in a lot of different setups when you're looking for a very precise angle. A lot of the tricks in Ocarina of Time Randomizer do not require pixel precision, but there are some that do require it and some that benefit from it. And those that do require it, there are things like ESS turns, which is how you turn yourself a very particular amount of degrees based off how you hold the joystick. Hi, Iron Boots, by the way. Or things
Wait, where were
like
these?
bottom of the well, baby.
Oh boy.
So that is a possible explanation for DMC leading to Morpha.
So we just found the lens
Ew.
in Forest.
Ew. Yeah, it's looking. I agree with you, B. It's looking more and more like Minuet is going to be on Burning Gag.
There's only 2 checks right now that the lens could be required for, and one of them we know is dead.
And we don't need to cross the wasteland. And so that's the other one, because we already have Requiem. So that lens doesn't do us anything.
Well, oh yeah, you don't need the lens to actually reach the...
No, because you've got the flags that guide you.
Yeah. You need the lens to cross it, but not to get the chest. So
Yep.
yeah, lens can't lead to anything.
Correct. So that lens is hot barren. But this makes for some really that it's got to be beyond either that hookshot or beating Forest. So who knows?
Which would put it by default behind the hookshot.
Yeah. So, and there are a few hookshot locations. So, for example, it could be in Deepest Shadow, which is hookshot locked. It could be in Deepest Fire, which could possibly be hookshot locked.
Yeah. So the long shot, the Morpha check might not even have to do with the long shot. It might have to do with the Iron Boots.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it's DMC gives you Sarias, which gives you Song of Storms, which gives you Irons. And then that Irons is probably going to be locking Minuet somehow.
Yeah, more than likely.
Is my guess on what's going on.
Alright, so we got Judas and Krez now heading into good old Deku Tree, while Sanzo is in Shadow Temple. That's a thing.
And really surprised that Happy is in Jabu.
Yeah, that was something I saw earlier, and it's a little bit less than ideal.
Yeah. There is something to say about doing the first 3 checks in Jabu. When it comes to time efficiency, you can do 3 checks in about 5 minutes. So it's really not the worst for check density, especially if you feel like something letter, something ring might be on the path. But that said, it's not one you see very often. So,
Of course, the best place for check density, of course, would be Eastern Europe. I'm terrible.
God. Oh. Somebody just lobotomized me, okay? Here we go. Digging even deeper into the Shadow Temple. Is nice because it's gonna get us a song out of this. And also big chest. Hello.
Mm-hmm. So we do run around and grab all these rupees then.
Yeah, so one of the nice things about chest size matches contents is that you can actually pop into this room and see the size of the chest.
Aw, just a bow.
And so you can actually decide pretty early whether you need to collect the rupees or not, just based off of the size of the chest, which is really nice. Really like that.
So basically you do that if it's big or if it's yellow.
Exactly. And if it's neither, you just go peace. And GTFO.
And that chest we're not particularly interested in, so as you can see, Sanzo piecing out on that one.
Yeah.
Now, Krez is headed... I mean, not Krez. Pappy is headed for Baronade here.
God, I really hope this pays out.
That would be a heck of a play if it were.
Oh my god. The amount of salt that would come if Baronade has something useful. Oh,
It should be light arrows.
God. Just sheer salt that would come from this. I so dearly want this to be an item. Not if I mean, I'm not running this, so, you know, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. For the purposes of making this stream more entertaining, I definitely want it to be a...
Just to be
required item.
something terrible.
Oh, no. Pappy's out of sticks. Oh, he's got a sword.
He's got a sword.
I'm a dumb.
They'll be fine.
I
Yeah,
was worried.
buddy. They'll be fine. I had the same thought too. I was like, oh shoot.
Oh, mirror
Oh,
shield.
hi, Mirror Shield.
And a key.
Come on. Come on, Baronade.
Oh,
Come on. Aww.
just a heart piece. And Jabu turns out to not really have any goods.
I guess you could call it a barren aid.
Oh my god. Okay.
Also, for that reason, Sanzo, I don't do this jump. This jump is way too inconsistent. And I'm just like, I will take the extra half a second and ride the platform.
I agree. This does not look fun at all.
It's not. I just, you know, you just ride the platform. So, yeah, so, I mean, we've got a pretty clear route for these first 4 dungeons, right? We got Forest, we got Deku, we got DC, we got Shadow. All 4 of those are really straightforward. Hammer's a little bit scary at this point. We don't know where Hammer is. And real scared about that long shot. All we know is that it's hookshot locked.
What was the hint that said it was on the way to Volvagia?
Graveyard.
Oh, yeah. So that doesn't help.
No, 'cause we've done all of Graveyard, and it's either Bomb Bag, Requiem, or Bow.
And so there's just a million things to do there.
Sanzo, buddy?
Sanzo took a death and it didn't look intentional.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, when you're low on hearts in that particular room in Shadow Temple, do you know how you hit the switch and the chest spawns? Those 2 pots right next to that chest are both heart refills. Or not heart refills, they're both small hearts. So, yep, so you can grab small hearts there. If you're ever low on health, that's a good place to get hearts. And here's Child Spirit. from Pappy. Honestly,
All right,
not a.
Pappy's going for sort of the dark horse route here, like going all these other locations that nobody else wants to go. I like.
Yeah. I don't know if I per se would have done Jabu, but I do agree with this child spirit play. I think this is a fantastic play, knowing that Graveyard led to Volvagia and Graveyard gave you Requiem. I think this is a stellar play.
Right, we got a key there on the second chest for child spirit. Now we can go see the first chest.
Yeah, and it looks like that first chest is small.
I can't even tell.
And it looks like the Stalfos is being a jerk.
That is accurate.
Yeah, so if you look at Sanzo's screen, those two pots right there both have heart refills. There's one. So you can always grab it there. Again, unfortunate that they got crushed before they were able to grab that. But it is good to know because with chest size matches contents, a lot of times you're not getting those heart pieces or heart containers that you would rely on to refill your health. So it's good to know where things like bomb refills are, where heart refills, where arrow refills are. You don't really always have the benefit and the luxury of being able to rely on the small chests for that anymore.
Pappy is in the unfortunate position of having not gone to adult ice area, and so does not have the hook shot.
Well, and if I see correctly, are they also missing hover boots?
Yeah, at least according to their tracker.
Yeah.
If there's our boss key.
One of the things that got mentioned earlier that I think is important to talk about is there was some discussion earlier on about this one check in Shadow, where if that is a big chest in that silver block room or in the silver rupees room, you can actually reach that platform with hover boots without actually using hookshot. Important to know that is not allowed in Season 5, so please don't do it. But there was lots of discussion about it because it is something that is possible, where you backflip onto that chest and then using hover boots grab on and pull yourself up off that onto the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that comes with chest size matches contents, that said, is not allowed. After much discussion, because it can actually, what it means is that you can possibly beat Shadow without hookshot, and that kind of defeats the purpose of needing things like hookshot in Shadows, which was the ultimate decision.
And the logic hasn't done anything with that.
No, the logic can't. As of right now is not set, so that way that trick is in logic. So there's a few little quirks and nuances that come with larger chests in chest size matches contents, and that was one of them that was under discussion for a while, just simply because it can affect whether you can do Shadow without hookshot or not.
I could see an argument for letting you do it if you have the hookshot anyway.
Yeah, and the ultimate discussion was they didn't want people who didn't understand that to see somebody do that, and then not understanding that that's not allowed, go and do it and then get disqualified. Mm-hmm. So, which would be just such a shame if somebody had done that and then just be like, "Why was I disqualified? I saw somebody else doing it." Well, actually.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, either way, in order to get through that room with the hookshot, you kind of need to be on top of the chest.
Yep. Well, actually,
Could you hookshot extension that from the floor? I don't know.
No. What you can do is you can hookshot onto the platform with the silver rupee, and then using hovers, hover across to the door.
Huh.
Is what the logic technically assumes that you can do. Backflipping onto the chest is just a faster way to do it. But the logic assumes that you can hook shot onto the Silver Rupee platform, and then using hover boots, hover over to the main platform with the door.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I had tried that before. Maybe I just don't know how to use the hover boots properly.
Yeah. So there's, fun little tricks and logic like that are part of what makes this game so much fun. Is that, you can approach this with lots of different items. Like, for example, if you only have hookshot and no bow, getting to Bongo Bongo is technically out of logic. It requires either a bow to knock down the statue, or long shot and Scarecrow Song to be able to Scarecrow and get past the little gap that way to the boss keep. But if you have Bomb Chews, you don't need either of those. You can actually roll with Bomb Chews using a trick. It's out of logic, but it's possible. And it makes it just for, a lot of fun, because then it gives you a lot of options in how you want to route.
Sanzo is getting trolled by the boat.
Yeah, going for that yellow shot. So, and we didn't really find anything in Child Spirit, did we?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So Bossage, I definitely recommend it. Because I, like you, had the same thought. Oh, I'll never need this. And then I needed it 4 times in 1 month. And I was like, what the hell is happening? Why does this keep showing up?
Oh no, Pappy's going for a hinted Baron location here.
Yeah.
He may not have seen that hint.
I don't know if they saw it.
Oh, we got a big old chest at the Floor Master room.
Yeah.
That's bomb bag.
Just a whole lot of, items. So, Near Shot's fine. Bomb bag's fine. Nothing I'm too excited about, but...
Okay, so go with me on this journey, okay?
Okay,
Kona's on Ocarina of Time.
What is?
Long shot in GTG.
Oh, Kona. Ooh. Oh. Calm down there, honey. And I think chat's, first of all, God. Second of all, I think chat brings up a very interesting point here. So, bomb bag. We've got 2 other bomb bags that were bomb locked. So we had one in Lost Woods. We just barely had that one in Shadow Temple, which is hard bomb locked. So there is a chance that bomb bag that we got in Graveyard will lead to Volvagia, or will lead to Volvagia. Yes, will lead to Hammer. I think that's a very astute point in chat.
Yeah, that does make a whole ton of sense, doesn't it?
That's still possible, yeah. I mean, and also, most likely, bomb bag's required to be Shadow, or to be Fire, because it always is. But yeah, no, if that hammer was accessible, then we could have gotten either bomb bag, and the one would have not locked the other. So, very interesting.
Alright, so Pappy Grant picking up the hover boots there. Also, potentially gonna... Oh, I guess he hasn't gotten storms yet?
Bossage, there is one. If anyone has ever seen the Phantom Ganon Quick Kill, which is the coolest thing and also saves you time, definitely send that my way, because that is a trick and setup that I still want to learn. And if you've ever seen it, it is swaggy as hell. I remember the first time I saw Sponge do it, and I was like, oh my god. Like, you can just, because you hook shot him, you jump slash him into the fence, you crouch stab, you hook shot him again, you jump slash again, and you crouch stab, and you can get them all in one stun with Master Sword. It's really cool.
That sounds gross.
It's really
possible.
It's really cool. and on my to-do list to learn, and I just not yet.
Alright, so Krez is in Ice Cavern. We're gonna get to see some checks we haven't seen here yet. Maybe get a song.
Yeah. So this is the part of the seed where we're getting a little bit sad. Mostly because the 4 dungeons that we've got really kind of still leaves us without Hammer. Still leaves us without Long Shot. And yeah, we've got Iron Boots, but like beyond that, you know, we're gonna start shooting in the dark here. Oh, is that Epona's on Prelude? Never mind, go to GGG. Sorry. Just go to G. Just do it.
Sounds like a plan.
Happy getting their hook shot. Way they go. And I'm curious to see what song Krez is gonna get out of Ice Cavern here. I am in the train of thought that Minuet is locked behind Water Temple. But we'll see. Could also just be Serenade. Serenade would be a very useful song right now because that gives you access to water and gives you a chance to dip water, which I think is a very valid strategy right now. With that hook shot and Iron Boots.
I mean, I really don't love dipping water without, you know, the ability to beat it, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, no, I think when you've got hover boots, it's really not that bad. Because with hover boots and irons and hookshot, you can do every check. Not logically, but you can do every check with that layout. Hook hovers irons. You can do every check. Hook hovers iron bow. You can do every check. And so it's really it's not a bad play when you're looking for items. And don't have long shot. And also strength. Yes. You're not wrong, Ryu. I also just was lazy and didn't say it.
Alright, we got a big chest at the Iron Boots chest. What do we got? A wallet, lol. And there's
Whoa.
Minuet.
Interesting. What? That's not... Saria's locked. Huh. Interesting. So... What? Scale or DMC Fairy. Yeah, Saria's is not on the path because you could take your bomb bag, get letter, turn in letter, and then go to Ice Cavern with the bottle that you just got from turning in the letter to get Minuet to get your Song of Storms without ever having to grab Saria's song from DMC. Interesting.
That sure is a chain of logic there.
Fascinating. So Hammer is possibly behind Hook, or there's something in Diving in the Lab.
We have seen Dancing Dad. It was, I think, Goron Tunic.
Dancing Dad had Goron Tunic. Yep. Yep. So, but we have wallets. Yeah, wallet. Yeah, we have a wallet, and we have the Zora Tunic. So, it can't be for tunics. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god, there's a bet going on. I didn't even see it. Where's the hammer? Using exclamation mark bet.
Alright, go with me on this journey.
Yeah.
Song of Time on Ocarina of Time. Hammer or long shot in toilet.
It's possible. Ugh. What? Where am I betting today?
Yeah, there's an awful lot of spirit we haven't seen, that's for sure. A couple of runners doing forest, which is gonna take about the same amount of time no matter what you do.
Yeah, right?
So, like, if you have to do forest, I like to do it early, like when you can finish it.
Yeah, I got my bet in.
Like, the only time you could finish early, or the only thing that could make it a little faster, like, you can get some traction from, like, words. What is the word? Ferroy's Wind?
Yeah. Some For's Wind can definitely make things faster. Yeah, little things in fours can make things faster. Like, for example, the hovers that Sansa was going for, you can save some time there, and some recoil jumps, and gonna have some fun with it for sure. Are we gonna see a dip into fire? Yes, we are. I think this is a stellar play as well.
Is it though? Didn't we get Fire Baron?
Shit, never mind. This is a terrible play.
I'm like, am I making that up?
Nope. You're right. No. Literally nothing that they can gain out of this. So, nope, you're right. Yes, definitely agree with you. It is required. However, if boss key's just in that bottom loop, then... Oh, well, they're getting bailed out anyway. Just checking to see if it's hammer locked. You know, that item that's required to be Volvagia.
Alright, there's our opponent's song. So, is he going to continue to go back child? Yes, it looks like it.
Yeah, this might be... If I was them, I could definitely see a bottom of the well play here.
Yeah, the well is, as we stated before, it's going to be pretty hard required here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think bottom of the well is a good play at this point, especially without knowledge of that minuet, having garnished...
I mean, I guess in
gained...
theory you could do without the iron boots, but I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I mean, they've got gold scale. They're not in a bad position. Oh, yeah, looking at some child cleanup, doing some Saria song lock checks. Oh my god, Sansa, please. 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 Oh my god. Kill it. Kill it. Yes.
That Deku Baba is an actual menace.
Oh, my heart. Not dead. Yeah, please don't die. And again, you know, when we're talking about chess size matches contents, this is one of the struggles is that you're gonna see runners on 4 or 5 hearts and then just kind of stopping there. Because, every time you open a chest, it's 2 or 3 seconds. But if you're opening up, 50 or 60 extra chests that you don't need to, that's multiple minutes that you're possibly losing. And so it's a gamble.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tudos did not. They went straight into Zor's Fountain without ever grabbing letter or doing anything along those lines. Oh no, Chris, no! Or Krez, no! That Deku Baba is just taking people out today.
It's a literal actual menace. No jokes.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like they designed it to be annoying on purpose.
I mean, that's kind of the whole Forest Temple in a nutshell. So, what are you gonna do?
Baba seems accurate.
Yeah. No, I think Spirit Temple is also a valid option at this point. I think you've got a few good plays right now, and I think this is where it's going to be a little bit challenging. Is that Bottom of the Well is a strong play, both from like check density as well as possibly following that Sarius to Song of Storms, based off their knowledge. Following that Epona's into GGG with Strength 2, with Hookshot, with Bow is also very strong. And then just possibly following that Requiem into Spirit Temple, another great strategy. So all 3 of those locations are pretty, in addition to just dipping water.
The fact that you had such early strength makes me real suspicious of those strength lock checks.
Exactly. You and me both. And we know that the second hookshot is going to be somehow hookshot locked. We know that for certain. Or else it wouldn't be a path hookshot. And also starting to put together some things about that hammer. Whether that be, bomb locked, or something Requiem. So we're the plot thickens. Sansa, please don't die. Please don't die. Please grab a heart. Please. Buddy.
Deku Baba for Smash, I agree.
Also, I love when the graphics break down. Are you kidding me, Sanzo? Grab a heart! Again, you do you, Sanzo. I believe in you. You are a strong and talented runner, but dear God, please don't die. They truly are tempting fate.
I mean, if you know exactly what you're doing, you can keep from taking damage on these fights here.
Yeah, and for anyone who's played Random Settings League, there's something to say about being able to do much of the game without taking damage.
Alright, he picked 1 heart up.
Hey, let's go. Because some of those settings that you might get are things like quad damage, 1 hit. Oh my God, they're back down to a half a heart.
That room was the one I was worried about, actually.
Good gracious. I wanna see this half heart dream. I want it so badly. Please.
So you're not exactly half-hearted about it then?
No, I'm more wholehearted about things. Dick.
Accurate.
Please don't void. Oh my god! I'm just like on the edge of my seat right now.
It's opening this chest because one, there's no point because you got to wait anyway, and it did give him some health. So
good. Dear God, we did some cardiac resuscitation there. The heart has heart's working functionally now. It's beating along just fine.
we got him out of VFib. We're okay.
I know, right? Got him out of heart failure with reduced ejection fraction.
That takes longer than That takes longer than a day. I know that from experience. I was down at like 0.3, and now or not 0.3, like 0.4. Now I'm up to like 0.48, 0.19.
Oh, nice. Yeah, heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. Not fun.
Yep.
So, and also way less fun to say than dilated cardiomyopathy, which is way more fun, but also not accurate anymore. Anyway, I'll stop talking nerdy shit about medicine.
Yeah, and it just happens to hit me really, really close to home.
It hits you right in the heart, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Have we found anything yet? No. Sans or Tudos turning in that letter.
I wonder if Chudos decides to do Jabu while he's here.
Yeah, so I think Starfall Infinity asked a great question. I realize we haven't had a chance to talk about this. So, if you are just joining us, welcome. This is qualifier number 15 for the Zelda Speedruns Season 5 Ocarina of Time Randomizer Tournament. So, generally speaking, the tournament is run in 18 qualifiers, and your first 8 that you finish will count towards your final score. You need a minimum of 5, maximum of 8. And generally speaking, our rule set is what we call the standard rules, or the accessible rule set. No, fuck, I always get these mixed up. We play by
the standard rule set.
Thank you. Standard rule set.
It used to be called accessible.
That's what it is. I was like, I know there's a word for this.
By the way, can I make one comment here?
Of course.
We have an issue. We have a little bit of an issue here with Tudos. He's doing domain, and he on his own tracker has Zora's domain listed as foolish.
So can't really fault him for this, because as somebody who has done more than their fair share of barren locations, sometimes you just forget. You're just you go autopilot and you're like, okay, turn in the letter, light the torches, do the diving game. Like, you just kind of start doing shit, and then you're like, oh, wait, this was barren. Why did I just do this? I do that a lot with Market. I do that a lot with Barren Market, where like I will just by default start doing Bombchu Bowling and then be like, what am I doing? This is barren, and I'm staring at the barren hint. Like, what am I doing?
We got a pack of chews there in the lake. I didn't see that before, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Also, the other thing that I was going to say while we've got a little bit of spare time is, if you are not following these runners, absolutely go and recommend that. We've got Tudos, we've got Krez, we've got Sanzo, we've got Pat Grant. I know some of these are English runners, some of these are French runners. So whatever your heart's desire is. Trackers, we've got No Pen Name Girl, we got Mighty Mouse, we've got Fennel, and we've got Karam. All of which are, very seasoned trackers, very seasoned members of the community. And of course, my co-commentator, Dr. Bobtastic. You can join him for his office hours over there at his Twitch channel.
I mean, you're not wrong. That is what I call it.
I know, that's why I said it.
But yeah, and of course Dog Keeps here, being the one who actually knows how to play this game correctly on commentary.
Somebody's got to be able to talk about this shit. And that is the two doctors here. So you could almost say...
Call ourselves Team Paradox.
Yeah, you could also say, Doctor, give us the news. Got a bad case of loving you. Great song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doctor Who indeed.
Sorry, that's 10th Doctor. That's a different runner.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because there is a 10th Doctor. Very talented runner.
Mm-hmm. It would be hilarious if 10th Doctor actually just turned out to be David Tennant.
Oh my god.
But it's not.
but wouldn't that be great? Definitely a big fan of David Tennant. He's a great actor.
All right, so we've got Phantom Ganon being taken down by Krez. Well done there. And we now have Tudos going for the reverse wasteland play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not Tudos, Sanzo. Tudos is in Child Spirit. I keep forgetting it's the label on the bottom of the screen, not the top.
Yes.
Little interface here.
So we're in this very interesting part of the seed where, you just kind of gotta pick a direction and go. We're kind of running out of useful hints and locations. So usually what I do is, if there's no more medallions left, there's no more path hints left, kind of you start looking at things like density and efficiency as your next biggest plays. And things like things like GTGs, things like Spirit. All very useful when it comes to check density.
Yep. Yeah, Reverse Wasteland is towards GTG is a pretty good play at this point, I would think.
Yeah. Do hold on. I need to step out for just a second. I will be right back.
No problem. Alright, so Sanzo now heading backwards through the wasteland. Using the hover boots to cross it, and then can get captured by a guard, like you do. Yeah, that was an interesting visual play, display of the wasteland there. I'm not exactly sure how that got done, but it's certainly very nice for trying to work your way through it. You can see everything pretty well. And of course, Sanzo using the butt stabbing technique to take down the guard. If you backwalk onto the ladder. Neat. Alright, Tudos into the well. Gonna get that iron boots taken care of at some point here. This when Link wears the Gerudo mask. Interesting. I mean, I'm not going out of my way for that one, but sure.
What did I miss?
Not a whole ton. Sanzo was doing the reverse wasteland. We were discussing how to get all the poles to light up, which he did. Apparently, if you back walk onto the ladder, it just makes all the poles light up.
Oh, yeah. When you're doing Reverse Wasteland, it's so cool. Yeah, it's really great at night. Oh, somebody already mentioned that. Universal Giant. Really useful at night. Because then it just, like, all the poles just, like, glisten. So great.
All right. It's horseback archery time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so one of the nice changes from the vanilla game is that you get the reward for both 1,000 and 1,500 horseback archery at the same time.
Provided you hit 1,500 on the first go.
Provided that you hit 1,500. Yep. It's the same idea with the Dompe race where you get both rewards at the same time. And it's just one of the quality of life improvements.
Yeah, very nice. Turns out it's garbage.
Yep.
So, yeah, what Sanzo did there was he dipped into GTG, saved, I believe, and then reset after doing horseback archery.
Yeah, totally valid strategy. And I think this is a very strong play. I think there's a good likelihood that either hookshot or hammer could be in here. It'll be interesting to see how these last three items play out. So we're missing long shot, we're missing hammer, we're missing light arrows. And really kind of have a lot of the seed open right now. Jabu has already been done, but we know that's accessible. We know that Spirit's totally available and accessible. And most likely either Serenade or Song of Time. I don't think we found an AD hint, have we?
Yeah, we sure haven't. We have no idea what the Ocarina of Time gives us.
Yeah. Yeah, so Longshot is fairly certain to be on DMC Ferry. There is a chance that it could be, because we have not seen... Have we seen Lab Dive yet? No, we got a hint about it.
Hinted dead.
Yep, no, never mind. You're right. Scales are gone. You are all correct. So it has to be DMC Ferry. You chat, you are smarter than me as a collective whole.
Collective Whole is a slightly less popular band from the 90s.
Oh, that just makes me so uncomfortable. There's 316 of us versus one of you. That's fair. But you know, on the flip side, we both have doctoral degrees, so you know, we're not doing too bad for ourselves, the two of us.
Well, I mean, in my case, a PhD just means I was too stubborn to quit school. It's all about the tenacity.
You know, I at some point in my life had a engineering degree, and then decided, you know what, $400,000 of debt does sound like a nice idea.
Sweet.
Right? And then medical school happened. I think one of my favorite things about this room on Sanzo's side is that if you... Oh, come on, buddy. Those arrows. Yes! If you hover to the very top of that statue, there's a magic refill up there.
That's hilarious.
Right? I mean, because, like, whoever goes to the top of that statue?
I love it now. At least according to his tracker, Tudos has not found the hint for outside Gan's castle.
Wait, incoherent. Is that magic refill really fake? No. Sorry, I totally cut you off there, Dr. Bob.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
GGG's just a jerk like that. Really? Today I learned that it's not a real magic refill.
That is some shenanigans.
Right? Also, I don't know if you've been noticing, Dr. Bob, that some of the new improvements that have been going around are things like you can change the color of your boomerang, you can change the color of your bow, you can change the color of things like mirror shield. So some pretty cool cosmetic things that you can do in these newest builds of the Ocarina of Time Randomizer.
I have a hard enough time recognizing the items when they're like their normal colors, so
yeah,
changing them around kind of messes with me. Though I've considered coming up with a scheme where the colors are like very, very distinct depending on what item it actually is. And so you can just tell by the color.
So something cool about that is that there is a setting that you can keep the overworld icons to be vanilla, even if you randomize the color of the object once you pick it up.
All right, so here we go. We've got a single large chest over here on the right-hand side of the maze, which is theoretically going to be locked by,
Love that.
a bunch of keys, but we don't need that.
Nope, that was the fish that I thought we saw earlier that ended up being Brito's letter.
Yup.
And I think this is a really smart play from Tudos. Doing field, hopefully heading out to lake and maybe dipping water.
See one key there, and that's gonna do it for Sanzo. Turns out GTG not particularly lucrative today.
Yeah, and I think that's going to slow a lot of people down because you're right, when you get everything early, strength 2, bow, hook shot, bombs, and then grabbing Eponas off of Shadow, it makes you really want to push GTG early. Or not early, but push GTG kind of mid-game to hopefully get those last 1 or 2 items. And so it's a very valid strategy that just seems like it's not paying off.
I had to confirm with my own eyes that the Tech Grotto was nothing.
Yeah.
Because I assumed someone had seen it, but it was not important there.
So honest to God, chat, I was about to say that.
With Spirit is kind of a thing.
With Requiem being possible.
I mean, like I said, from the beginning of this game, Sphere 2 is that first chest on the right side.
Yeah. So, well, actually, come to think of it, because we got hovers, we've got magic, we've got lens, we've got Eponas. God, this is... Child side had a key. Child side had a key. So, Deepest Spirit could be Requiem locked. I had to think real hard there, chat. I was like, do we need Requiem? Yes, because Child Spirit had a small key. We don't know about Adult Spirit yet. Oh, so Song of Time is on Burning Cack. Fascinating. Guess what AD is? Serenade.
Yep, no real surprises there.
Right? Guess what we also don't have? Auroras.
Oof.
Because this seed hates us.
I mean, at least you got Prelude this time.
Truth. Imagine doing this without Serenade and without Prelude and with those save spawns.
Yeah, that would be an atrocity.
God, that'd be terrible. And it looks like Sanzo is going to be doing well, which, again, very valid play.
This is heading for Lake here. He might.
I think this is very smart.
Well, no, he doesn't. As we said, Tudos doesn't have the iron boots yet, so. I mean, he might go into water. I don't know.
Tudos does have irons. Tudos has irons. So they can full clear. They can full clear water.
Oh yeah,
now.
he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I was looking at his tracker, not at his screen. That literally has the iron boots on the screen. I am a dumb.
Universal Giant pointing out. Remember that one time that we all thought this seed was going to be fast?
Ha! No.
Ha! Hilarious. And the correct answer is probably just dip water because season 5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so... Hey, this is not on me, y'all. I did not roll this seed. The seed was generated even before that stream of consciousness existed. You believe them, Dr. Bob? They're trying to blame me for the seed.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that.
I know, right? Those punks.
Yeah, I personally blame the authors of the Python library that does random number generation.
That's valid. Yeah, and Bostage is blaming Trez, which is also a valid.
Blaming Alan Turing, I agree. When I taught at I used to teach at a school in Nashville, and we had a band. Some of our professors at the school, we had a band, and we called it the Alan Turing Project.
Oh my god. That is just all the right amount of nerdiness just comboing together, and I love it. Feel like every runner may have orphaned one check. Yeah, you know. Fair. We always are, you know, as runners, thinking, dear God, I hope it wasn't that one check. And it usually is, but you know, we all hope and pray that it's never that one check.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, no, Tudos, no, water. Tudos, no.
Well, he might be going for Adult Spirit here, which we also said was a pretty good play.
Look, I feel like yes, and I feel like if you're gonna ride Eponas all the way out to water and have everything to do water, I think you just do water at that point.
Yeah, I mean, going out to Lake is kind of an annoying process in this particular seed, so I can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. And Tudos has the information that AD is Serenade, so they know that it's not going to be...
But it wasn't Tudos who went to GTG yet, so if I were Tudos, what I'd be doing is I'd do Adult Spirit, then go GTG, then take the river and just go to water that way.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I just think if you were going to gamble Spirit, you should have started with Spirit. Versus.
It looks like they actually moved the spawn of that chest in case it's small so that you can actually still reach it.
Yep.
Good old chest size matches content shenanigans.
I love that.
I mean, I don't think we've seen people turn in their skull checks yet.
Don't think so either. I would be surprised at this point if 20 had anything outside of light arrows. Just because of hammer shenanigans, like hammer and long shot shenanigans. Oh, we've seen 20. It's a slingshot. Oh, never mind.
Fair enough. So skulls can officially jump off a bridge as far as I am concerned.
Yeah, right? Just GTFO. So, and here's the really interesting thing about Pappy's route. So while Pappy might have taken a very circuitous route to getting those 4 meds, they've done a lot of things that these other runners are now doing. And so, like for example, if they want, they can just pop straight into Spirit right now, because they've already done Child Spirit. Oh my god, GG's to Saria's Object finishing first place in 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 40 seconds. Holy shoot.
What the actual hack and a half?
Yeah, well, somebody gambled correctly. That's what that means. Oh god. Sanzo, don't die. Buddy. Whoa!
He's got a fairy. Somehow.
F for fairy. Yeah, so that was either Russian Gamble Water or Russian Gamble Spirit, I think. Oof. Who knows? I have no idea what. God.
I thought usually Russian gambling involved a pistol. Sorry.
That was actually pretty good. I like that one. No, I say that because what happens is that the most likely locations that you would typically think of when you're looking for one final item, that is Ice Cavern, or not Ice Cavern, things like GGG, things like Bottom of the Well haven't really paid out. And so we're starting to look at rarer and rarer locations that might have that hammer. And yeah, once you get hammer, it's looking like it's going to be hammer to long shot, and then light arrows is probably somewhere like Ganon's Castle, would be my bet. Given the fact that we have strength 3 and the fact that we haven't seen light arrows yet, makes me believe that it's probably just there.
So what is this Jet Seed safeguard they're talking about?
So, in the formula for how they calculate,
Like the par time?
it has some there's like different speeds at which it calculates how points are delineated based off of time from top 3. And there's a whole lot of wiggity math that goes into it that I have seen at one point in time. But yeah, no, basically it tries to make points as fair as possible for like top 20 placements, whether it's a very fast seed or whether it's a very slow and long drawn out seed.
All right.
So is about the best that I can explain that. Something math. Oh god, if it's just in water.
That would be quite unfortunate, especially for Chudos here.
Yeah, which, was a thought where it was just, if you're gonna ride all the way out there, do water. So, and again, we still don't know yet. We still have no idea where this hammer could be. We know it's not Jabu, that's for certain. We know it's not GGG. And Spirit's basically all been cleaned. Except for Twin Rova.
And it doesn't look like Chudos is particularly interested in doing Twin Rova, so... It's time for Reverse Wasteland, which we know is going to be another huge waste of time.
Yeah. So, somebody pointing out, was right hand a small key?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay, so when you're looking for... Because I didn't pay attention that closely when I'm running. I definitely pay a lot more attention to where key locations are because of what that means for logic. But what that means is that chat is exactly right. Thank you for being on that, chat. Deepest Spirit cannot have whatever locks Longshot or Longshot itself, because when there is a key on that right hand, it means that the logic might require that you access that by beating left hand and then long-shotting over to grab your fifth and final key from the right hand.
And if you would have access to the right-hand side of, or to the adult side of Spirit really at all, then it might assume you use the keys in the worst way possible. And have to do that. So that's why logically it locks. It ends up being locked by the long shot. So will Krez go for the Water Temple play?
Oh, okay. It looks like there's some clarification in chat that Sari's object did not in fact finish in first place, but that they meant to forfeit and accidentally hit done instead.
Aha. So this is not a finish. Okay.
No,
so
I'm just
nobody.
Room to confirm.
I'm less concerned now. It was like 159 with this thing. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10 minutes from now might happen.
Yeah, and of course everyone, bailing out of what they were doing, being like, metagame, go. And it could still just be, AD for something, Song of... no, it can't be. I don't. It's probably just water. Or Twin Rova, in which case, God.
But again, weren't we saying that Twin Rova couldn't really have anything locking the long shot?
Oh yeah, that's right. Could have light arrows.
So yeah, we're really looking for that. Yeah, light arrows are the exception here.
Yeah, what are we...
I feel like the light arrows are in light trial, given the fact that we have all three.
I totally think so too. Because we've seen all of Spirit, we've seen all of Jabu, we've seen all of Ice, we've seen all of GGG, we've seen all of Fortress. Yeah, I think the correct answer was just Rush Water. Which, I think kind of speaks to... There is an argument to... you don't want to come out here without Serenade, don't get me wrong. And also, having Iron Boots, having Hook Shot, knowing you're going to have to do all of water anyway. There is an argument to coming out here earlier rather than later. Especially if you're riding out to go do GGG.
So yeah, I think that was a big chest in the middle room here. I could be making that up. on the when I say the middle room, I mean the second floor room in this shaft.
Yeah. Also, I just hate these POSs. This room here in water is just goddamn nightmare.
I mean, the shell blade things are my actual nemesis. Like, I hate them so much.
So much.
Okay. Huh.
Ooh, so
Sorry, his object is in chat, and maybe saying that they did finish, but went ahead and forfeit because they didn't want to mess with the points. I don't know.
Huh. Okay, so we could be looking at a sub 2 hour seed. I mean,
They say every seed is a sub 2.
not for, well, God, no. Yeah, no, I mean, we're almost certain at this point. Oh, hi, big chest. There,
Yep.
There's hammer. Yep.
Alright, Krez has a hammer.
Okay, bail, Krez, bail. Well, I guess get your boss key, then bail.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah, what you want to do here is take that hammer and go whack some rocks in DMC.
Yep. So on today's edition of Season 5, the correct answer was just, do water. Which is interesting, because that means that bottom of the well was in fact required. You could not gold scale water. Yeah, and where the hell is Furora's Wind, Seed? When we need it. Where are all the useful water things, like Serenade, like Furora's Wind, the things that would have made this nice.
So Krez is attempting to get to the boss key chest area here without the long shot, doing what people will call a gainer over these spikes. Finally gets it. I've seen that you can do it. I've never actually done it.
Yeah, so the backflip gainer is definitely the harder of the two. The front flip gainer, or the forward walk into the backflip gainer, is a lot more consistent. So if you are struggling with the back walk backflip trick, start by walking forward, equip hover boots, forward roll, and then backflip, and it tends to be way more consistent.
What? Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Sure.
Okay, well, I now understand how this was a sub 2 hour seed. I get it now. I am here for it. Wow.
Yeah, none of those strengths were useful at all.
Yeah,
At all.
so
I mean, except for strength 1 to beat flipping forest and fire, but
yeah.
what the heck?
Yep. So. Oh!
Small key there.
T-Tao in what is officially first place. GG's.
With a 2-12-13.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. With a name like that, you have to assume we're looking at a French runner there, but
Of course. And we have Sanzo doing Twin Rova. Not a bad idea, but the correct answer today was do water.
I mean, apparently, if you know Spirit Key logic, it is a bad idea.
That is true. That is true. For those of you who don't know Spirit Key Logic, there's an entire document on it, and it will make you cry. And chat pointing out, as well as my co-commentator, Dr. Bob, that, you know, maybe Twin Rover was a bad idea because of Key Logic being a thing. That said, right now it looks like we're gonna kind of see when people start making it back to water. And again, makes me feel real bad for Tudos, because Tudos was just, I mean, they were right there. God, they were right there. Breaks your heart.
Alright, so Krez still looking for that boss key. At this point, we have to assume it's over by, I mean, it could be Central Pillar, it could be, what's her face? Dark Link situation.
Love that. Just, what's their bucket? So, by the way, did we get a winner for, where's the hammer? I think we had a bet going for it.
Oh, yeah, that is true. If somebody bet water, like water would be the generic thing. If someone's literally guessed like water torch room or something.
Yeah. Also, second place, E. Cola. GG's. Another strong runner there.
E. Cola.
Yeah, when I first read it, I thought it was iCola. You know, like an iPhone or an iPad. I was like, it's iCola. And then I was corrected that no, it is French, so it's Icola.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, and also I stand by my statement that this is a fast seed. It's dumb, but it's fast.
Yeah, dipping water is a thing you can do, and that did seem like the play.
E. Cola is not cola. You are correct. Where are lights? They are in Water Temple boss key chest. So, sure enough, here in water, which I feel like a few people are going to get the hammer, bail, get their long shot, may not grab those light arrows and have to go get the hint. Oh no, it's in Central Pillar. Never mind. Everyone's going to be getting those light arrows.
I mean, some people would go Central Pillar before doing boss key.
You're right. There, I will not discount. There might be some people who do Central Pillar before boss key, and I am not one of those people.
I can understand that. It probably would be me, though, because I've never gotten that trick to work, so.
Krez, please leave.
Yeah, there's...
You got boss key. Bail.
It's possible he hasn't put together the fact that the long shot kind of has to be where it is.
Yep. And there's our winner. Water Temple map chest.
Ooh.
And Ausuna in third place with a time of 2:17:15. Jeez. Officially rounds out our top 3 placements.
I wonder if you can use Ausuna to remove specifically blue detrimental buffs. And, like, 2 people are going to get that one, I'm okay with it.
I was just like, I'm just gonna sit here and dry laugh because I was like, I have no idea what that means.
It's both a Final Fantasy reference, and you kind of have to know a little bit of Japanese. I'm a terrible person.
Not terrible, no, just very niche. It's just, went well over my head, which is fine. I just was like, was my response. So hopefully Krez plays Bolero after this and books it over to DMC.
Yeah, if Krez ends up going to like all these other checks like everyone else is, I'm going to be a very sad person.
Yeah, no, I think once you have Hammer, I think you go beat Fire. Like, just go beat Fire. And then clear DMC. And then cry from there. Like, I think that's a... What the hell, Water? Calm down! No fucking way!
Game!
No
Please!
fucking way! Calm down, game. No! Set Auroras! Don't leave! No, set it! Set it! No! You got it! You got the item! You got the best item in the game for your position! Dear... Fuck! God!
Oh.
No! Ah!
Dog keeps not particularly happy with that play, I'll tell you that much.
I just said Auroras! You don't have Serenade! You were right there! The dream! Oh god, I'm sorry everyone. I just that just broke my heart.
Impression of Mario falling from a long height.
Yeah, no, I mean when you don't have Serenade and you don't have Auroras, dipping water sucks. And then you find Auroras and you're like, oh my god. I can set Auroras and then come back here when I'm done with Fire. And everything's good in the world. And you're doing locations you don't need to do because DMC. You're already doing downloadable content and you find the best item you could find and then you don't use it? Also, Necro in 4th place with a time of 2:20.05. GG's Necro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Just fabulous. Sorry. Just... God. I think I'm gonna need some CBT after this.
That doesn't seem like it would be particularly helpful.
No, it's cognitive behavioral therapy.
Oh, okay.
Not to be confused with CBD, which is totally different. CBT as in therapy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a difference between CBT and CBD. For sure. Other people thinking I said DDT. Isn't that a chemical?
I can't actually remember. I know DMT is a chemical.
Not to be confused with Death Mountain Trail.
Correct.
Yeah. No, I swear DDT was the thing that they used to put on plants, and then they found that it was super dangerous.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And here's gonna be our long shot. Ready, everyone? Long shot. Oh my god!
I was expecting a clap, long shot.
Yeah, like those old-fashioned cheers that you do in high school. Long shot. Long shot. Dichloro, diphenyl, trichloroethane is DDT. Okay.
So, could you draw me that molecule from your organic chemistry class?
So it has 2 chlorides, it has 2 phenyl groups, and it has 3 chloroethane groups? Ethene, not ethane, excuse me, that's a double bond, not a single bond. I used to be able to. Oh no, that is ethane, never mind, we're fine, it's ethane. I used to be able to. I remember, God, I remember those days where they would like give you a molecule and they'd be like, okay, name the molecule using appropriate naming conventions. And I'm like, fuck, why do I have to do this? Like, I don't need this.
It's like, I don't need your IUPAC, whatever shenanigans.
Whatever, bullshit, yeah. So, fun fact, I think that is a very fun fact that just got posted in chat. There is, in fact, a Sonic Hedgehog gene. And the fun thing about the Sonic, well, not the fun thing. The thing about the Sonic Hedgehog gene is there's a whole bunch of hedgehog genes that specifically code for the brain. And the Sonic Hedgehog gene, there is a mutation in the Sonic Hedgehog gene that if you have it, you get what's called holoprosencephaly, where the brain fuses together and you actually don't get delineation, and so you actually get like one eye. You kind of look like a cyclops. And so there's a lot of controversy within the genetics world because the Sonic Hedgehog gene can cause a very life-threatening mutation. And also, a lot of doctors have had to tell patients, your child has a mutation in the Sonic Hedgehog gene, and therefore your child looks the way that they do. And has definitely caused a lot of spark and controversy. So
Wow.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your little medical factoid of the day. And Robotnik. Oh shit, what's it called? The inhibitor of that protein is named after Dr. Robotnik. You are correct.
So we've got Juke. Let's see, Sully and Juke finished at 6th and 7th place, respectively. I don't know if we announced 5th.
I don't know if we did either. Arthur Houdini, another French runner, very great French runner, in 5th place.
I will say, if you haven't seen Arthur Houdini's YouTube channel, it is like an extremely good resource for learning a lot of different tricks and things. It's beautiful.
Yeah, there are definitely some very great runners in here that are very dedicated to helping other runners and players out. And Arthur is definitely one of them. Sometimes you just wanna check. And Fantatang rolling in 8th place. Also not a beverage? Question mark?
Alright, Sanzo picking up that boss key as well.
Thank God for that early boss key. We love to see it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Krez is getting a flying Volvagia for a second here.
Yeah. Hopefully, do they have a bottle with fairy? This is... Come on. I don't know if they have enough time to get the warp before they die. They have beaten the boss, so they might need to come back into this room if they don't have a fairy. They do have a fairy. Thank God. Do you know what they don't have? Fluorescent water temple.
Oh, yeah, having Ferora's set in Water Temple would have been a amazing play. Oof.
And there's death. And there's the fairy. And there's the warp. Just a
warp on fire.
Just this limp body floating up through the blue warp. That was fabulous. I don't know if we said GG's to Hamster yet. Hamster, not Hamster. Hamster in 10th place with 227.32.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Krez into the DMC Fairy Fountain, going to get the long shot right now.
Yeah, and again, it'll be very interesting to see how Sanzo approaches going through water, because they have everything that they need, barring light arrows. And so, if they do a full dig through water, looking for that boss key, they'll get bailed out. If they skip that boss key chest, they might have to go get the hint and come back.
Yep, that could make a pretty big difference.
Mm-hmm. Harriosa in 11th place with a 229.21.
Yeah, well done there. I guarantee if I'd have run this one, I'd have probably done water last, and I'd have been like 3 hours 40.
Yeah, no, it's I think there's an argument for when you've got 4 meds, you've got iron boots from bottom of the well. I think there's something to say about doing field, doing lake, dipping water on your way out to somewhere like GTG. Granted, there's also something to say about just dipping GTG. So I don't think you can fault anyone. I just think it's unfortunate that those that chose to go for plays like GGG or for plays like Spirit Temple just didn't pay out.
If we get Krez in here, we may have to ask, why in the world did he not set Ferraris when he got it?
Yeah.
That is real unfortunate.
Yeah, and I agree with chat here. You know, some of the deterrents to this seed going water so early is the fact that you didn't have Serenade, the fact that you didn't have Long Shot, and the fact that you didn't have Ferroras. Usually you want kind of one of those 3 things to feel much more comfortable dipping Water Temple. When you don't have any of them, it's very hard to justify dipping water. That said, the seed says, fuck you, and the correct answer was dip water. So, you know, grain of salt here. Ooh, GG's to Scarlet. 12th place with 231.39.
Well done.
Also, Bossage, I know someone somewhere clipped it of me losing my goddamn mind.
Alright, so Pappy Grant picked up the hammer as well, and he is blaroing out immediately. And we can see he knows what's up. He's headed directly for that DMC fountain. Alright, Krez versus Morpha. Pulling that parasitic amoeba into a corner to where the beatdowns can commence.
Sorry, I got real distracted by this clip. My ADHD kicked in. So I don't know what happened in the last minute. I apologize. Did I miss anything? Morpha.
Well, Pappy Grant picked up the hammer and went for the long shot. Krez finished off Morpha. Tudos is going for Jabu.
Scrub Central with the raid. Thank you so much. How you scrubbies doing? Now, Dr. Bob, you were in the Scrubs tournament. I want to say,
times,
were you
yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say because you were in that season 1 with me, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in like D group, but yeah.
I mean, I was in C group, so really not that much better.
I did make the finals of D group.
I was about to say, I thought you did. Somebody had pulled out the speed gaming results from the very first race I ever did. And do you want to guess what my time was on that?
Let's see, first race ever. My guess is something like 5:15.
8 hours and
Oh
4
my goodness.
minutes. God, I was terrible when I started.
I mean, my first seed ever was 19 hours
Yeah.
because I just didn't know anything.
Oh my God, my first race. No, I put off doing horseback archery because I was so bad at aiming. And so it took me just forever. Jason, back off.
So we had DG Barca and Drunas finishing in 13th and 14th places, respectively, all within the 234 mark. Krez, of course, heading into Ganon's castle, so this will be pretty quick finish for Krez.
What the hell? Sneaking in 15th place, 234.49. The old season 4 winner, so great runner there.
And I mean, the great thing about what the hell's happened is you can just, use his name as the question for what to ask the seed when you're done. It's accurate.
It's both a racer's name and also a statement. Oh, Sanzo, buddy.
Oof.
Yeah, you're gonna need... So, for those who don't know, there are fairies right next to the door that leads to Morpha. So, worst case scenario. The other thing that you can do is, I mean, if you're ever in a position where you just desperately need hearts, you can try to kill those enemies and then cry when they don't show up. Or, any Gossip Stone. You can play ZL, you can play Storms, you can play Sunsong, and you can get some fairies that way.
There's a lot of different ways to pick up health when you need it.
And Cybrew...
Speaking of picking up health when you need it.
Yeah, right?
Krez getting bodied by Iron Knuckles here.
In the face.
But yeah, Cybro, as you were saying, finishing in 16th. So there's kind of a cavalcade of completion going on here.
Yeah. There we go.
And Skyward in 17th.
Hey, GG Skyward.
701.
Yeah, again, some great names showing up here. As I am slowly hitting refresh to see how far I am falling.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. At 36th. I can live with that.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
No, Sanzo is not looking happy at that.
Sanzo is... He's having trouble doing Central Pillar is the issue.
Yeah, and so Central Pillar on 3 hearts is not
There's
really
a reason
possible.
that's not in logic.
And 4 hearts is even not really possible. Is it possible? I'm trying to think if I've ever done it on 4 hearts. 5 is my minimum. I will not go and do this check without 5 hearts. And I don't know if they're going to be successful on 4 hearts here. But I hope so. I hope for their sake they can clutch this out. Come on, buddy. Come on. And even if you don't get the item, if you can at least kill all the enemies in time,
Nice.
then yeah, okay, so they are going to be okay. So if they need to come back here and get the key, because they will not make it to the surface.
Yep. Just like half a second, not even that, from the surface.
Oh, come on, Krez, please don't die on Ganondorf. Why is everyone on such low health? What is happening to my stress level?
It's called chest-size matches content.
Kawari in 19th place. GG's, Kawari. And I'm telling you, this is why I always am making sure that I have at least 5 hearts.
There's Cola finishing in 20th as well.
GG's Cola. So we now have we got E-Cola, we got Cola, and we got Fanta. So we've got
Making me thirsty over here.
Yeah, right? We got all the drinks. Yep, so that opens up. They've beaten all the enemies so they can get their boss key with a little bit of struggle and frustration. But you know what? At the end of the day, they got it, and that's what's most important.
All right. It's big pig time for Krez.
Big pig time.
And some very nice rolling and stabbing strats with this hammer. Need 3 hits with that stored jump slash hammer. If you've ever played this game and you started stabbing with the hammer and you're wondering why it takes so many hits, it's because you need to store the jump slash beforehand. The whole stabbing not really having a damage value thing is something that very few people are going to be aware of casually.
Well, and something that, if I remember correctly, is only in the 1.0, like the 1.2 release, corrected that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it is a 1.0 special. And Brax in 21st place with a time of 2:41.12. GG's, Brax.
Alright, so Krez will be finishing this seed shortly. There we go. See that time on the chat. There it is. Krez finishing in 22nd place with an official time of 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 44 seconds, and being the first one to finish here on the restream. Congratulations, Krez.
Get your GG's in chat. Also, I just looked up and it's dark outside. I'm like, when did this happen?
It's called Chest Size Matches Contents. I mean, wait.
Exactly. I think. Question mark?
That's right. Chest Size Matches Contents can mess with your actual time now.
You just messed with everything. Yep. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much for Lady Draco for the 19 months to tell me about daylight savings. I don't know if a sub was required to tell me about daylight savings, but I will definitely take it. By I mean Trez.
So, fun fact, playing Sunsong here on Earth would be like an actual nightmare.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Yeah, like just the rotation it would induce in the Earth. Like, that's absurd.
Well, it's like when you see those videos or read those blog posts about like what would happen if Pokemon were like real and on Earth. And like they use things like blizzard or sandstorm, and so like out of nowhere there's a blizzard or there's a sandstorm. You know, like just casual.
Yep.
Kawari, I didn't see your raid, but you know what? Thank you so much for the raid. And congratulations on your fabulous placement. Ooh. Yeah, and I feel really bad for Tudos because they have done all of Adult Lake, and they were just right outside Water Temple and bailed.
And now they're doing chickens, which is just kind of an insult to injury situation.
Mm-hmm. They very much could have been a top 10 finish, and now it's not looking to. Well, I mean, top 10's already finished, but it's looking to be a rough finish for Tudos, which is unfortunate.
I imagine he treats a water temple that you can't beat about like I treat a swamp palace that you can't beat.
Yes. I don't know what game you're talking about.
Link to the Past.
Oh, got it. Cool. Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, water and swamp are basically the same anyway.
Yeah? Did you...
They're both water dungeons. They're both annoying to get into. They both require a hookshot type item to beat. It's just like, yeah, sure.
So, I've actually never played A Link to the Past, which is heresy. Okay. And we can talk about that later, because we got Krez in chat. GG's.
Yo. Krez, I don't know if you're trying to say anything, but we don't hear you yet. But again, congratulations on being the first one on Restream to finish.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
And nobody post the clip. Nobody do it. Don't
What
do
clip?
it, chat.
What's the clip?
So what happened was you got this thing called Furore's Wind by doing Dark Link. Mm-hmm. And we were all like, oh my god, you got Furore's Wind. This is perfect. You can throw it in water. You can play Bolero. You can beat fire, get your long shot in DMC, and immediately recall Furora's, and you'll be great. And then you equipped Furora's, and then you didn't use it.
Yeah.
And I may have had an aneurysm. Because we're sitting here like, we knew that Dark Link would not have had long shot. We knew that, because at that point you already had boss key. And we knew that Hammer had to lead to long shot. You were actually the first person to pick up Hammer and also long shot on Restream.
Really?
But we knew that with DMC leading to Morpha, that Longshot had to be in the fairy fountain, or in that fairy check, simply because it couldn't be Saria's, it couldn't be Scale. And so we, knowing that, once you got Hammer, we knew that Longshot had to just be in DMC, and you kept going in water, and so we're like, this is time loss, blah blah blah. And then you found Furore's, and I was like, oh my god, it's not time loss. Oh my god, they just saved time. And then you didn't set Furore's.
Yeah, I was regretting that as soon as I finished fire and got the long shot and realized I didn't have a quick way back to water.
Yeah. But all of that said, GG's on the finish. Amazing work.
Thanks.
Any thoughts, feelings, emotions, frustrations with the seed?
No, it was fairly straightforward. Usually I'm casinoing at the end for a while, last locationing my go mode item, but luckily I went to water instead of GTG, and that was just loaded.
Yeah. No, and that's where a lot of our other runners on Restream got a little bit hung up, is that they went to places like Spirit, places like GTG, places like Jabu, and did not actually end up going to water itself.
Yeah. In fact, Tudo's here on screen. He went down and cleared out the lake area, having had everything he needs to go into water at least. And then he decided, nope, I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
And proceeded to full clear the rest of the game.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Did they, I'm trying to see if they did... I'm trying to see their stones, because I wonder if they... Because I know they did Jabu. I'm trying to see if they did, they beat Twin Rova. Yeah.
I don't think they finished Twin Rova yet.
Gotcha. So they are missing out on Serenade. But yeah, we are just about to get our second finish on Restream, which is Sanzo, coming in at about 2 hours and 50 minutes. Get your GGs in, chat!
All right. Welcome to Sanzo.
So,
Finished.
Krez, how have you been feeling about Season 5 overall?
It's been going fairly good for me so far, other than my last qual where I DNF'd because I didn't do chickens.
Oh, yeah. Was that, yep, no, I know exactly which one you're talking about. That was a seed. Yeah, have you, I mean, what are your thoughts been so far on the path hints, for example?
I like the path hints. They can be confusing sometimes when they don't point to an item directly needed for the dungeon, but I think they give more information than just wath hints.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sanzo finished here with an official time of 2 hours, 49 minutes, 52 seconds, 28th place overall, second on Restream. We may be joined by Sanzo shortly, who knows?
I think it makes my OCD very happy that Chuckles got 2 hours and 50 minutes and 0 seconds exactly.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice round number, and I like that. Yeah, we've got a good chunk of finishers coming in here. Yeah,
So,
no,
go
for it.
So yeah, Chris, I don't know if you were paying attention to the race as it was happening, but if you remember when Saria's finished at like 1 hour 59, 1 hour 59.
Yeah, I panicked when I saw that.
Turns out that was an actual finish, even though they forfeit.
What?
It's like they finished and then they forfeit because they didn't want to screw up the scores.
Huh. Okay.
So I mean,
Well,
taking one for
thanks,
the team, I
Sarius.
guess.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, that is a heck of a finish time.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
sure
so,
what sort of things you have to skip to make that happen, but
yeah, because as we realized, well was required for the seed, and you could not gold scale water. You had to go and get those iron boots. So I think that's an interesting part about the seed overall is that little bit interesting with the routing, requiring dipping water, which I think a lot of people avoided, and totally fair and rightfully so.
So we did see Tudos finally get that hammer and head it over to fire now.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee Grant is about to finish as well, climbing the Gans Tower. So yeah, lots and lots of finishes coming up rather concurrently here.
Yeah.
So, how many more of these are left? Like 3?
So this is qualifier number 15. So we have 3 more left that runners can get in. So 16, 17, 18, and that'll take us basically to the end of the year. Typically they've been using weeklies as an opportunity to do qualifiers. However, with the holidays coming up this weekend, decided to forego qualifiers on the 25th and the 26th to give people an opportunity to spend time with their families, etc. And they will pick back up in time to round out December.
Yeah, it's a good. I like that idea from our staff here.
Now, Krez, how many qualifiers have you knocked out so far?
This is number 5 for me, so I had to do all 3 of the remaining ones.
Okay. So you're locked in. You're like, we gotta take care of this.
Yep. Either that or take a few
with
zeros.
the 5, you might be good enough to get in right now. I don't know. I haven't looked at your scores overall.
I gotta do at least one more because I have 1 DNF, so I gotta knock that one off.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's always hard when you got that 1-0 floating around. You're like, go away, shoo, bye, leave. So, yeah, definitely round that out. Get your qualifiers in for sure.
We're now up to 34th place overall with some finishes by Jesse, Levi Belvedere, Chalenswa, and Rafa. 31 through 34.
Yeah, and again, all of these are, great times floating in, requiring 6 medallions, like earning 6 medallions, sub 3. Everyone should be very happy with these times coming in. Again, maybe some frustration about some routing decisions and gambling in locations that didn't end up paying out, which can be frustrating. But all of these runners coming in sub 3 and looking good.
Yeah, sub 3 is going to be good on this seed.
Yeah,
pretty much no matter what.
And remember that we've got 112 people in this race, and so we're still in the top third of runners right now. We're finishing. We're basically just getting out of that top third right now, and so all of these runners, top 33%. It's not a small feat.
All right, so yeah, you've got that. You've got the next 3 races trying to get this put together for the qualifying purposes there, Krez. How, what would you be satisfied with? Like, what's your goal here?
I just like to do better than I did last year. Last year I placed 122nd, so as long as I do better than that, I'll be happy.
All right, you heard it here first.
And one of the nice things about season 5 that we were talking about earlier is that top 64 make the main tournament, and the following 64 make Challenge Cup, and so a lot of it creates a lot of opportunity for runners who otherwise would not have made top 32, made the main tournament, to be in the main tournament, and also opens it up to that next set of 32 that otherwise would not have made Challenge Cup that are now going to be able to slot themselves into Challenge Cup.
Yep, I didn't make the Challenge Cup last year, so hopefully I'll at least make that this year.
Yeah, and you're, I was just scrolling back to look at points, and even if you were just to take the points that you've got minus the 0, you're looking at 3,345 points, which is that floats you 3,345. That floats you into 65th.
Ooh,
And
right
so,
there on the edge.
yeah, just with the numbers that you have on the board. So you are definitely a very strong contender right now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and that's just again, with 3 races still left to go. So you've got, oodles of potential to even float into top 64, which would be amazing.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like bottom of the top 64, I'm gonna lose right away. Whereas if I take like 65th, I could clean up in the Challenge Cup.
You could just take names in Challenge Cup.
All right, so Tudos finally got that long shot. Poppy Grant just finished here as the third runner on stream with a time of 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 35 seconds for a 40th place finish.
GG's, Bappy.
Not bad at all.
Nah, not at all. A little unfortunate that Pappy made some strong gambles in the first part of the seed, most specifically going Jabu, and just not really paying out, and so cost them a little bit of time there in the mid game, early to mid game. I think everyone, generally speaking, was together in the early game, with the exception of Tudos, who definitely weep skipped in the first 30 minutes like a madman, and got their hook shot super early.
I was expecting that to be on icy water, so I had to wait until I had the irons.
Yeah, no, Tudos went full YOLO, didn't even have a single bottle, and had bombs, had Zia, and was like, fuck it, let's just go. And gambled and got hookshot, and because they already had bow and strength, they actually went to forest and finished it around the 45-50 minute mark, which was pretty wild, all things considered.
Yeah, but that major aversion to Water Temple just really came back to bite him there in the end.
Yeah. Ice 9 TM floating in at 41st place. 3 hours almost on the money. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how these last 3 qualifiers play out. As Krez, you're talking about trying to get these last few points in. I feel like there's a lot of other very strong runners that are also still trying to get their last final points in, whether that be last points to get in the tournament or last points to try to float up in the ranks in the tournament. So I think there's going to be a lot of shifting that happens in the next 3 qualifiers from where we're at right now.
Yeah, it's still quite up in the air as to who gets in and who's left out.
Some other great finishers coming in. The Specialize in 42nd. Let's Clay in 43rd. I don't know if we're going to be able to get Pappy Grant in here for an interview. Hopefully we can.
At least according to our tracking team, he's on the way.
Perfect.
He also said that about Sanzo, and we haven't heard a hide or hair from him. So
Yeah. No, totally fair and valid. Earl Word finishing up in 44th. Tudos getting their light arrows. Which, can we just talk about that for a moment? Thank God light arrows were just on the way. Getting real worried about those that light arrow location.
Yeah, I had pretty much everything, though. Could have been in a too terrible location, especially with the Sphere Zero gold gauntlets.
Yeah. Yeah, no, really the only 2 places that would have been truly hellish would have been in either River Chest in water or actually no, wait, no, we had Song of Time. Never mind. Nothing really, you're right, nothing would have been bad.
So was it Serenade on OOT? I never got the hint for that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was Serenade.
All right. Sounds like we are now joined by Pappy Grant. Pappy Grant, how you doing?
Hey, welcome in.
Oh, hi everybody. Just like I said before, I don't speak English very well, so I'm going to try.
I mean, you're speaking amazingly, and also much better than my French.
Stop it.
Oh, and hey, and here's Sanzo as well, so welcome in.
Hey, welcome in.
Hi guys.
So,
Hi guys.
thoughts on the seed, you two?
Well, I tried something, but it didn't work.
Would that thing possibly be the early Jabu play and all that mess?
Hammer on Jabu were I won this race, I think. So I don't know. No, I don't know how to play with this new season. The goals, the goal hints. I don't know. I play safe. It's not it doesn't work. I make gambles. It doesn't work. I don't know. Really, this year I really don't know how to play. It's a mystery for me.
I think you and a lot of other people are having the exact same feelings.
Yep.
A lot of people feel the way that you're feeling with regards to items being in very strange locations. You know, lots of items being in deep fire or ice cavern. Or
water. It's always water. It's water or fire this season.
No,
I don't understand.
Water.
I was very, very happy when I saw the hint Fire Baron. Because it's okay, it's not deep fire for Holmes, but I forgot it. We had a water temple, and water have an item in every qualification. I don't understand. Or is it possible?
Well, and we were talking that, of course, you know, water's required when you don't have Serenade, you don't have Furor's Wind, you don't have Long Shot. Because, like, who gambles water when you have none of those things? And apparently, that's the right answer, is when you have no access to Water Temple and no way to come back, that's when you do Water Temple.
Yep, because at the end, I have the choice between spirits and water. Spirit, I had the strength, the mirror shield, Requiem. It was so more easy than water, but I don't know. It's maybe about the qualifications before. I thought about going water because there's always an item in water, and there's no logic reason to do this kind of. It's what is very weird for me this season. It's I think there's no reason or logic to make this check instead of this check. I don't understand.
By the way, do you want to know where Furor's Wind was?
Yep.
Dark Link.
No. No way.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, of course. Because of course it would also be in Water Temple. How about you?
I'm afraid I don't have any enough points to do the Challenge Cup this year. I don't know how many points I have in this seed, in this race.
I don't know how many qualifiers you've done so far.
I left one race. I will do the 29th race. The 29th December race. Vas-y Sanzo, hein, vas-y, je t'en prie, exprime-toi.
A little trouble there.
Happy, you are currently in 93rd place.
Yeah.
And top 128 will make it. So
yeah, it's there's so many people behind me, and I have to make a really good race for the last, because I don't think how many points off.
Well, let me give you some advice for your last race. Just rush Water Temple.
Yeah, but I know this since the first qualification, but I can't rush Water Temple. But I will do it in the last qualification, and you can be sure water is barren.
Of course, that will be the one seed that water is barren.
This always like that.
Sansa, what are your thoughts on the seed overall?
Yeah. First, sorry, I'm really salty and aggressive because that was just so frustrating. Like, in my head, I was going for water, and then Saya Object finished the race. So I went for Spirit, then he undone. So I just lost 15 minutes going to Spirit. So I'm a lot salty.
Well, it turns out that Saya's Object actually did finish.
Yeah, I knew that after the race. But yeah, it's totally me. Yeah, I was totally lost after that. And so I didn't went for water, and in Water Temple I didn't give a fuck anymore. So I lost 5 minutes there. And I really wanted to forfeit. But yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you for not forfeiting, because it could be very easy in the moment to be frustrated and be like, oh fuck this, and forfeit.
Yeah.
I always tell people, you know, even 100 points is still more points than 0.
Yeah, sure. And well, we saw last year how close it was to get top 32.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were 5 or 6 in between 10 points. So yeah, I just finished, but I didn't think I would have 800 points in this race, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I understood the logic from the beginning, and yeah, I don't know, I guess the top 5 didn't do GTG, probably, and yeah, I don't know why going to the well instead of GTG, because the second hookshot was behind the first. So GTG has a lot of more check than the well, and it turns that you need the iron boots in the well to get the few checks in water behind the hook. So
yeah.
Well,
and also it's, you know, one of the things that I had written down was, you know, graveyard leads to Volvagia, and you know that you need hammer in order to get long shot. And so it's really easy to think, is this Requiem that I need?
Yeah, I didn't went to Spirit for a long time because, well, it wasn't locked by the hookshot. And yeah, I just went to Spirit because, Adult Spirit, because Saya's Object finished, but whatever. Well, so I just gambled. I didn't go for all the check without hookshot needed, and I just kinda lost location, the one with hookshot requirement.
Yeah. The one thing that we did discuss about Spirit Temple is that we saw that right hand in Spirit Temple had a small key.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we knew that anything beyond that was long shot locked, and so we had put together that long shot could not have been in Deepest Spirit because that was long shot locked by association with that key.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Key logic is dumb.
Yeah. Well,
Yep.
you know, I do 10 races per year, so I don't know about
Now, if I recall correctly, Sanzo, were you the one who did like 7-minute chickens?
No. Oh, on this run?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did chicken really fast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it was on the way, and I could do the 2 checks in CAC. It saved me sometimes not doing them in adult and just doing them with chicken. So.
Doing chickens instead of rush water, I don't understand. Why? Why? Just why?
Look, every race you have to pick one meme.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you double dipped there with chickens and water.
But at least I didn't do chicken twice.
That's
Yeah, but
you're not
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. But doing the well before GTG make a lot of sense to just try water before going to GTG. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and it was
Just
so
bad. I was so in the logic and I just got fucked up. But yeah, that's the rando.
yeah. That's hashtag that's rando. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you ever got Minuet, the song.
No, but
So we figured out that Minuet was an ice cavern.
Yeah,
Which
I
meant-
get it. I get it.
Yeah, which made for really interesting logic because as we were trying to put together what in DMC could be on the path to Morpha, we realized that Saria's led to Song of Storms, so possible well, but that Minuet wasn't locked by Saria's, and so that actually kind of scratched that off the list.
yeah.
Which just made it really interesting looking at the path hints and starting to get more information as the seed went on.
And then, of course, the scales turned out to be completely useless. So we.
Yeah.
That's a problem when you have some a song and an item in a place which is Way of Zero, and you don't know if it's the item or the song for the gold hint. It's more difficult that in season 4, I think, to really know what is the Way of Zero.
And
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic example of that today was Graveyard leading to Volvagia.
Yep. Requiem or Root of Later?
I know, right?
Just Gumball Chick, yeah!
Yeah, just, could be anything.
Everything's open, yeah!
Yeah, it could also just be that bomb bag that's sitting there, because the other two bomb bags were bomb locked.
I guess the bull wasn't Bullock in Forest. Yeah.
Yes, so you're right. Bo is not
Yeah.
one of
I
those,
didn't-
but
Yeah.
it's always fascinating when you're trying to put together the logic with only so much information.
Yeah, that was nice, but I just did the wrong thing. And I almost reset when I see it wasn't the BK on the BK chest in water.
Oh, yeah.
Would have killed me.
Oh, you're like, I've already got all the items. I don't need this big chest.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
No.
Well,
I know.
actually, I got my item on the restart button on the Wii, and I was just okay, whatever. I just want to know what's on the chest, and then I saw the later I was okay.
Because of curiosity, you just I open it. The last one, I open it.
I had one qualifier where, because I use the tracker that I use is Soli's tracker, and on the side it shows all the items in the game. And I was in Shadow Temple, and the only item I was missing was one bottle. I had picked up every other item in the game. And there was a big chest in Shadow, and I said, you know what, fuck it, we're picking this up. And sure enough, it was my last bottle. I was like, did I just 100% this seed? I did 100% this seed. It was a sad feeling because I did not get very many points in that seed.
All right, everybody. Here it comes. Tudos is going to finish this seed finally, having put off water for the longest amount of time. It's like, who has two thumbs and last location their hammer? It was Tudos.
Wow.
There we go.
Everyone, get your GGs in chat. There it is.
Tudos finishing with a official time of 3 hours, 17 minutes, 22 seconds. Good for 59th place. Which, is still right about in the middle of the pack of this race.
Yeah,
Not bad for last locationing the hammer.
very unfortunate. They were in Lake Hylia around the 30 mark?
Something like that.
Adult Lake Hylia and bailed to go to Spirit before dipping water. And then proceeded to do every other check in the game apart from water. And so they were very much in the unfortunate crowd of just leaving one location too early.
The only thing they didn't do was Twin Rova, I think. And
Yeah.
we knew that couldn't be a thing.
Yeah. So hopefully we can get them in here for an interview.
Yeah.
Looks like one of our runners or our admins are potentially having a little trouble contacting Tudos. It's all right.
Well, it's time for us to go back to France now. Yep.
I will say GG's to both of you, and overall a great showing today from French runners. I know French runners took most of the top 10 spots today, so
Yep.
the French community's showing up. They're showing up today.
And I will say you were both very worried about your English. It was perfectly fine. There was
God, yes.
Thanks. Thanks. And just know how to say "Don't rush, Jabu."
Your next phrase in English that you should learn then is "do rush water."
Yeah, just going to work on that.
It's funny, I only knew how to say Papi is bad, but
Wow. I see.
trash is real.
I see how it is.
yeah. Well, I got one last word. Let's go to the 65th place, being going to 50 to top 64, and just get my 2 loss and see you in 10 months.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's my way of life.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Go say hi to the French community for us.
And enjoy your Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays and everything.
Lovely.
And let's hope 2022 has better seed.
Yeah, and one thing is sure, we will have some brackets very interesting because of these settings, and this season 5 was very surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I agree with you.
yeah. Good luck in Challenge Cup, Papi.
Wow, the shade.
Hey, just I have to go. Yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye. Papi.
All right. Once again, thank you all for watching here on ZSR. I want to thank once again all of our runners, Tudos, Sanzo, Krez, and Peppy Grant for putting on an excellent show today. Should probably give them a follow here on Twitch because they're cool. And also, I want to thank all of our trackers. We're Mighty Mouse and No Name Pen Girl, or No Pen Name Girl, and Mr. Raniel, and there was one more.
Yeah, I posted it in chat. Fennel and Karim. Yeah, all their Twitch handles are right there. You can go give them a follow. They are beautiful peeps.
And of course, thank you so much to my co-commentator, Doc Heaps.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
No, thank you,
Of
Doctor.
course, Dr. Bobtastic, you can see them right there. Hopefully y'all had a just swell time today, hanging out with us and having fun. Don't know if we're going to be able to get Tudos in.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
And that is A-okay. I can understand maybe a little bit of frustration, and yeah, it can be hard when you make a choice like bailing before Water Temple and then having that be the right answer. Having done an earlier qual where I bailed before Ice Cavern and Ice Cavern was the right answer, I get it. It's so frustrating. That was also the seed where I took 78th place, which was
I mean, the one seed that I did, I was 100th place. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let somebody else do this. I'll just sit and talk about it.
So far, my finish spread has been my best placement was 6th, and my worst placement was 78th. That has been my spread of season 5 experience.
Let's call it variance.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we are about ready to wrap it up here. Thanks everybody again for watching. If anybody else has anything else to say, I'll let you do that. Otherwise, I will just say that I have been Dr. Bugtastic, and I will see you all at a later occasion. Good night, everybody.
And Dr. Heaps, you know what? Same thing. So GG's to all of our finishers. Plenty more to go and see. Plenty more quals to go. We got 3 more. We are rating Cesar Martins 12, I think. Or maybe I am just imagining things. Oh, we are rating Cesar Martins 12. Oh, they are a Brazilian runner. Very, very talented Brazilian runner in the Portuguese community. So if you've got any heart emotes, I want you to drop all of your love and heart emotes in the chat. Emotes like this.